Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto was born in the Pokemon world. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Shadow Blaze Mediator and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. The boy in orange was running around town with people chasing him. Why? He played a prank on the leader of the village, the Hokage, and was currently being chased by the best of the pursuers. The Anbu. And they were still having trouble catching him. Naruto Uzumaki, 8 years old, Ramen maniac and nicknamed the Demon King of Pranks. Shunned by his village for a burden he has no clue about, he takes to pranking to get back at them. Little did he know, things are about to get a lot more complicated for him. Naruto had just reached the northern edge of the village and went into the forests. He always felt safer in the forests for some strange reason. He never could figure out why. He was just out of earshot from his pursuers when he fell into a pit which immediately covered itself up. The Anbu were searching for hours afterwards, completely unaware of the pitfall that he fell in. Naruto, on the other hand, found himself floating in midair. It was dark everywhere. Where am I? You are in Uzumaki, correct? A voice said, shocking him. He looked around to found nothing but darkness. Who are you? Where am I? Just answer the question. The voice held no malice, but it did seem annoyed. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, but I don't have any family. Never did. Naruto replied, somewhat loud at first, but lowered as he mentioned his lack of family. Their blood is that of the Uzumaki clan. However, that is not the issue here. Naruto was confused at this. I sense your confusion. Do you not know of your clan? Naruto looked where he thought was down. I don't even know the name of my parents. If I did, would that make things easier? Somehow, I doubted. The scene changed to what looked like a temple at the top of a mountain. A tall one, at that. Where is this place? Mount Coronet. More specifically, the spear pillar, my home, and the birthplace of 3 of my children. Naruto saw a giant white dog thing, he didn't know how to describe it, but the ring around its body seemed like a definitive trait. My name is Arceus. And you, young Naruto, are destined for great things. I can already tell. Arceus? Naruto asked, head tilted. What kind of name is that? Don't ask. It's mainly because I'm not of your world that my name seems strange to you. Well, okay. Truth be told, it's a little strange to the people of my realm as well, so I can't really say that. The Arceus told him. All you need to know is that I am considered the god of Pokemon, which I will explain, as there are none in your home. The Arceus floated towards the edge, Naruto followed it. Look and tell me what you see. Naruto looked out over the edge. A lot of lights, many people, his eyes squinted at this point. And what the hell is that bird all the way over there? It looks like it's making a rainbow of sorts. He pointed in a direction that Arceus looked at. Did not expect him to come this close to Sinnoh. Not for another week or so, at least. That, Naruto, was a Ho-Oh. A Pokemon of legendary status. Known to many as the Rainbow or Phoenix Pokemon, it is very rare to see, and if you actually do see one, human legend says that you will be lucky for 10 years, at the least. He normally doesn't hang around Sinnoh, though, and only comes within viewing distance when he's coming to visit. Does this mean I could talk to him? Naruto asked, suddenly happy. Not quite. I called you here to offer you some help. I am familiar with the Uzumaki clan and I can help you in that regard, but I have not seen or heard from them in 20, almost 30 years now. They probably got caught up in a war and were nearly wiped out. Glad at least one survived. However, this begs the question of your parents, which would be stupid to ask about, as you already stated you didn't know of them. I will ask Jiraiya, one of my children, to watch over you. He watches the distortion world and is the only reason I know of your harsh life. He has a slight connection with your world, so you can visit him if he allows it. Is he another one of these Pokemon? Naruto asked. Yes, and he has legendary status as well. If you see something strange in any mirror, of something you can see yourself in, a reflective surface, then it's likely he's watching you from his realm, and if you wish to talk to him, look for one, and he may allow you to come to his realm. I'm sure he won't mind being alone most of the time, himself. He also has a complete history of the Uzumaki clan, as he is my son, after all. Okay, how do I know what he looks like? Naruto asked. When I send you back, and no, I don't have much of a choice, you will find a book nearby. Take all the information in it to heart. Also, know that it is nowhere near your home village, but the ruins of your clan's old home. Learn as much as you can from there, and then head back. By the time you do, you will have a few Pokemon of your own. The Uzumaki seem to favor Riolu and Lucario over others, but some also like Ninetales. Not many did go that route. Well, there was a 9-tailed fox that attacked my village the day I was born, or around that time. Maybe that's why. Ah. The Biju. Yes, that would explain it. Those few probably liked being around the Kyuubi no Yoko for a while, or its Jinchuriki. Of which, I only know of one now too, but before we met, there was only one that I knew of. What do you mean? Do you not know what a Jinchuriki is? Naruto shook his head. A Jinchuriki is known as the power of human sacrifice. You, my boy, are a Jinchuriki, presumably of the same fox that attacked your village. So they were right, I am a monster. Listen, Naruto. Arceus was gentle but stern in his voice. If there is any monster out there, it is paperwork and the counsels of any leader. Seriously, I have not seen or heard of anyone more corrupt than them. If anything, they are the true monsters. I have been told you wish to be Hokage, is that correct? Naruto nodded with a smile. Then you will need to be able to deal with both of them, as those are the two main evils of any leader. Even I am disgusted by paperwork, but it must be done. Naruto just took a confused look. Hey, I may not have any hands, but that's why I love the move Psychic. It allows a lot more freedom. Anyway, what is your answer? Do you wish to have my gift? What is this gift? Curious, aren't you? Naruto nodded. Well, the first one is actually 2 in 1. I will be giving you 2 Pokemon, both of which were big choices among the Uzumaki clan. 1 Vulpix and 1 Riolu. They will likely follow you without question, and unless you treat them harshly, they will likely be highly loyal to you. Okay. That's good, I think. It is. The second gift is an ability to communicate with any animal, Pokemon or not. You will be able to understand their language as if it were your own, and they are likely to understand you as well. The third one goes along with this. It's the empathy ability. You can basically feel the emotions of others, and it will help you quite a bit if trained properly. You will likely know who is after you and who would rather ignore you, be around you, or just don't care either way. I get it. So, I'd be able to know what anybody is feeling? Naruto asked. Correct. Raise your Pokemon with care, Naruto. They will be in red and white Pokeballs, which you will see. The book I told you about will tell you how to activate them and let your Pokemon out. Being as there are no other Pokemon in your world, aside from the legendaries which go between both, you will be the only one that has any Pokemon whatsoever. Be sure to keep it that way. They will not listen to anyone but in Uzumaki, so you have an excuse as to why you can't give them up. Don't worry, I can think up a few good excuses. Still, how will I know where to go to get back? Naruto asked. You will know when the time comes, Naruto. For now, learn what you can and then worry about the trip. Arceus told him. And by learn, I don't mean skim over everything that isn't interesting. Regardless of how boring it is required to know. I will be checking in with Giratina every now and then, as he has decided to watch your progress. I'll be entering your dreams every now and then myself. Even if only to say hi. I've gotten bored as of late and figured I should do something. Helping you out is what I chose to do. And by the looks of it, you need it more than most. Naruto nodded. Thanks, Arceus. I won't let you down. I know you won't, Naruto. Take care and don't lose your temper. It will only get worse as time goes on. It's an Uzumaki thing, and being a Jinchuriki makes the threat even worse. Advice with a warning. Naruto nodded. How do I get back? He suddenly glowed and left the area. I probably should have told him I was going to send him back myself. Oh well. Ho-Oh is coming, so I can't say much else on the matter. Time for business. Island jungle, ruins. Naruto woke up to find himself in the middle of what he thought was a library of sorts. He saw what looked to be 2 spheres, half red and half white. He assumed they were Pokeballs and he found a book next to them. He opened the book and started reading. He took in everything, as Arceus told him to, and tried to understand it all. It was hard at first, but it came to him after a while. To anyone else, it would seem like a useless information. But not to Naruto. To him, it was a link to his past. His family. Something he thought lost. He had at least one side to work with, though he still wasn't sure whether it was his mom or dad. It was 3 weeks before he had finished half the library. It was around this time, someone was getting a little worried. Hagakure. Sarutobi was just the one to be worried. Naruto had been missing for nearly a month. He played a prank but then went missing. At first, he thought it was to let it blow over, but now he was having doubts. Where is he? He wouldn't be gone this long if it were to let it blow over, and he'd probably be found before now if it were. Could he have run away? Was the main thought in his head. He was coming up on his crystal ballroom, which he usually used to find things and watch over people from a distance. He figured he could try to find Naruto. If he were alive, then he'd find him. He started searching for him. It took a while, but he found out just where he was. And it wasn't anywhere he thought it would be. Is that Uzumaki? How did he end up there and is he reading? This is too much. Either this is some kind of elaborate prank, or he ran off and found his mother's birth village. I need to know if he will return, and if he doesn't then I won't force him to. Sarutobi thought. Inu. A man with a dog-like mask and silver, gravity-defying hair appeared. "Sir? Do you remember the Izugaka ruins? The one where your Genin team went and found one Kushina Uzumaki?" "Yes, sir," Inu replied. "I have a special mission for you, then. It is a top-secret mission that no one is allowed to know of," Sarutobi stated. "It will not even go on record." "Details, sir?" Inu asked, somewhat surprised. "Head to the Izugaka ruins. Find Naruto Uzumaki. If he has any wish to return, then bring him back. If not, leave him there." "I thought he'd only be in hiding after his last prank," Inu asked. "I did as well until yesterday. He would have either been found by someone else and definitely not that far out or come out of hiding a week ago. This lead me here and I found him reading in those same ruins." "There are still readable scrolls there?" Inu asked. "It was 10 or 15 years ago that I was last there. I doubt anything would still be readable." "It stands to reason that there just might be some," Sarutobi stated. "This will not be considered an Anbu mission, so you are to remove your mask and go by your true name here. After all, you asked to get a team of genin after you found out he had joined the academy." "That is true," he replied before taking off his mask, revealing a headband over his left eye with a somewhat lazy look in his right eye. "He is the reason I was planning on leaving the Anbu to take a team. I believe you would rather apprentice him." "That right was reserved for someone else by his father," the man said. "I have no right to do so." "Very well. Head to Izugaka. Find Naruto Uzumaki. If he wishes to return, though whether now or later, follow his wish to return. You will be paid accordingly. This is a possible long-term mission. If he asks, help him out, but only on what he asks about." "Yes, sir." "You're dismissed," Sarutobi stated. The man nodded and left to head there himself. "Naruto, I hope you will return. I worry for you, after all." Izugaka ruins. Naruto heard a voice. "Naruto, I hope you will return. I worry for you after all." He acknowledged it with a nod. "Old man, if you are actually watching me right now, I will return, but only when I'm ready to come back. The Uzumaki clan will be reborn, if nothing else. Arceus will be happy for the return of the Uzumaki clan, but there are some things I will need to know about my parents. The only place I figure they would be are in Konohagakure, so I'd have to go back sooner or later." He then turned his head. "Ain't that right, Riolu?" "Right," a voice said coming up to him. Right, Riolu." "Yeah, I know, little guy. The only knowledge I have of my family is what I've found here. Family is something I've wanted to have for as long as I can remember, and now I have something to base it off of. I want to at least find out what they were like." "Right. I know, and I want to play too. But I promised Arceus that I would learn as much as I can about my clan. Have I broken a promise to you yet?" Naruto asked. "Blue? I have no intentions of breaking a promise. Besides, after I'm done with this chapter 1 was going to spend some time with you and Vulpix. You kind of deserve it, with me being in here most of the morning, every day." Naruto grinned at the blue and black dog-like Pokemon. Riolu glumped him. Okay. I'll hurry it up. This is also the last book on the history of the clan, and then all that's left are the clan jutsu, which I'd want you and Vulpix there for so you can help out if you want," Naruto said, happily. "Also, remind me to go look for some more orange berries. We're somewhat low on them." Riolu nodded and ran off. Riolu. "Got it?" Naruto smiled before returning to his book. "Sometimes, I wonder what it would be like had I not gotten those gifts from Arceus. It's a good thing they won't listen to anyone that isn't an Uzumaki. That would make it easier for people to realize that they can't do anything with them. Forcing them won't work, and I should know. It's a good thing Vulpix told me of a Fusion Jutsu and even helped me with them." He turned a page and continued reading, hoping that Sarutobi was still listening in. "Old man, if you can hear me, know that I'm fine and have some powerful friends backing me, wanting to help me out in any way they can. I won't explain who they are or where they live, but they are out there and they wish to help. I'm not going to explain unless absolutely necessary, so good luck trying. You won't find anything out in that regard. I know you'd be worried, but there is no need to be worried. Of that, I can almost guarantee you," Naruto said before turning another page. Elsewhere, Sarutobi smiled and went back to his office. -3 days later. Kakashi Haddock was coming up on the island of Uzugaka. On this island, there was supposed to be the ruins of Uzugaka. At least I know where it should be. This is the same path I took to help Kushina get out. It's still mostly intact, so that's good. He started running the trees, jumping into the branches after a while for a boost of speed. It didn't take longer than an hour to find the ruins. It didn't seem altered recently, so that means he found another way to get here. He landed at the edge and started walking around, his senses on high alert. He found what seemed to be a fox with 6 tails and was immediately on guard, kunai drawn. All the fox said, confusing Kakashi. What the hell is this? He asked himself, though the Vulpix heard him. It jumped down in front of Kakashi and analyzed him. Kakashi was wary, not sure what it was. Vulpix Vul. It said. What are you? And where is the young boy that I was told was here? Blonde hair, blue eyes, whisker-like marks on his cheeks. The Vulpix looked at him and nodded. He turned his head. Vulpix. A blue and black dog-like creature came up to the Vulpix and they started talking between each other. The Riolu looked at Kakashi in interest. Can you hear me, human? What is that? Kakashi said, thinking he was hearing someone using a jutsu. Relax, it's just me. The Riolu raised its paw and Kakashi noticed. Telepathy? It nodded. Then maybe you can answer my question. I'm looking for a 7-year-old boy. The Hokage wants to know if he's coming back. Do you have his name? Yes. Then what is the name of who you seek? Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. Both creatures tensed. Why do you wish to find him? Kakashi was silent. I want an answer, and if we don't find it a good one, then you might as well leave. The Hokage was worried about him. After he found out where he was, and this was 3 days ago, he sent me to find out whether or not he will return. If he will, I am to guide him back. If not, I am to leave him here. And if he will, but not until later. Then I am to help where he asks for it and lead him back when he is ready. Why were you chosen to do this? I am one of the only ones that the Hokage can trust blindly with him. I helped protect him when he was younger and was happy to do so. Kakashi told them. And why is that? You wouldn't if you didn't have any relation to him. I know of his parents that sent both Pokemon into shock. I'm one of the few that know, and anyone that does know is not allowed to speak of it under penalty of death. And why is this? It is because of who his father is. If he is here, then he found out about his mother's roots. I was also a part of the team sent to help out here, but we were only in time to save his mother. I take it is a law that prevents it. A nod. What are the exact words of it? We can probably figure out how to get around it so you can let him know who they are and not break it. Kakashi's visible eye widened. No secret of that rank, SS rank, can be spoken of. Penalty is death for all parties, regardless of health or status. Riolu just nodded. Write it down, and when he understands, burn the paper. Simple fix. Kakashi facepalmed. If it was that simple, then why didn't anyone else think about it? Beats the heck out of us. Most humans are idiots. Nuff said. Can't argue with that. I'll keep that loophole on the down low, though. Kakashi said. If you know where he is, can I at least see if he's okay? My sensei was his father, so I can give him a full personality report on his father if he asks. Mother, I can be more open about, especially if he's here. Riolu nodded. I'm a Riolu. This is a Vulpix. We're still new to the world and Naruto is the only one we are going to listen to when it comes to orders. The three of us are family. He's mainly here to find out about his family. Naruto's been thinking of a name for us for a while now, but hasn't come up with anything yet. A nod. He should be back after a few hours. He's in the distortion world with Giratina right now and we can't enter it ourselves unless Giratina allows it and it's probably playing around with Naruto. Kakashi sighed. Well then I guess I'm sticking around. I'll write up what he should know. Even the burden that his mother held before she died. Kyuubi no Yoko? Riolu asked, prompting a wide eye from Kakashi. How did you? He's already in the know about it and we're fine with it. Vulpix evolves into something similar. All Jinchuriki of that same Kyuubi had Uzumaki blood, but we weren't sure of its origins. It would seem to have at least a somewhat good relationship with the Uzumaki clan, if history is anything to go by. We weren't aware that his mother held it, though. Well, I was only in the know because I saw her when she was pissed. I pity the Iwa ninja that pissed her off, even after 9 years. Kakashi admitted. It was 2.5 years before he was born that I saw that. He'd be happy to know that someone else has relation to him. Also, no one knows that I know of his heritage. Not even the Hokage knows that I know. He just knows that I'm a little protective over him and, even when off duty, I'd still protect him unless I'm out of the village on a mission. Jiraiya of the Sannin, the Hokage, myself, and one of the Uchiha are the only ones that know for sure. The Ichirakus at least suspect a connection, but can't ask to prove it. I see. Well at least we can do something about that. The Riolu then closed its eyes and felt something. He turned his head to the Vulpix and said a few things. Vulpix was suddenly excited. Come on, Kakashi. Naruto's back. Already? I thought you said it would be a few hours. Don't question it. Just come on. They all jumped off and ended up near a lake where Naruto walked out of. Vulpix. Riolu. He then noticed Kakashi. Who is this? His name is Kakashi. He said he has ties to your father, but a law would prevent him from talking about it. We even showed him the idiocy of humans by giving him the loophole of that law. No one was to speak of your heritage. Didn't mean you couldn't write it down. Riolu told him, not with telepathy. All Kakashi heard was a bunch of yips, rise, lose, and a few Riolus. I see. He turned to Kakashi. I take it the old man sent you to bring me back. Only when you willing to come back. If that's not now, but you plan on returning someday, I'm to help you when you ask. Kakashi admitted. Otherwise, I'm supposed to stay back and watch over you. Protect you, if need be. Naruto looked at him and found a lot of self-pity and a little bit of hope directed at him. Why pity yourself, then? This question caught him off guard. What do you mean? Kakashi tried to keep an emotionless face up, but the question kept it from happening. You may be able to hide your emotions from others, but you can't hide them from me. I'm a bit empathic, you see. I can tell what others are feeling. The other thing that I'm wondering about is why I bring you hope. That makes no sense. Kakashi looked sad, and Naruto felt it. I lost nearly everyone close to me, Obito, your father, too. He was my sensei. Naruto saw the truth and sadness in his words. Damn. Talk about self-misery. Did he tell you guys anything about my parents? No, he wasn't allowed to. He said he'd write it down at our advice after hitting his hand on his face. Vulpix told him. Let me guess. The loophole. Vulpix and Riolu nodded. Naruto grinned at Kakashi. I look forward to learning what I can about my parents. And I look forward to talking to you about them. Kakashi smiled. They stuck around the ruins for 4 months. Kakashi taught him about his parents and even taught him how to control his chakra. He sucked at it, but Riolu also helped. Of course, Riolu was learning how to manipulate his aura, so it was no surprise. After they learned to access it, they learned to control it. It was pretty simple after a while, and even Vulpix jumped into it. Vulpix, Riolu, and Naruto had learned to climb trees and walk on water without much effort or using hands. Naruto also learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu and some of the benefits. He used them to study while he, Vulpix and Riolu trained. Kakashi was also happy with his progress. Naruto wasn't aware of it, but he was about to get a visitor. Naruto got up today, ready to find out what he was going to learn. When he got outside, Kakashi, Riolu and Vulpix right beside him, he found a light, which hadn't happened before. Kakashi was instantly in front of him, kunai ready. Relax. It's only me, Naruto. This voice was immediately recognized by Naruto. Arceus? Is that you? Naruto asked, hope in his voice. Yes, child. I was originally suspicious of Kakashi. I even had one of my other sons to check out what your Hokage said, just to make sure. It appears you have been going behind his back with a few things, Kakashi. Naruto, do you know this guy? Kakashi asked. Yeah, he's a good guy. But what do you mean he's been going behind the old man's back? He's been giving information that no one else was to know and outright training you in ways he was told not to. I was only helping him because he needs it. More so than anyone else realizes. Kakashi told Arceus. I know. Arceus then took form. Naruto, he is, by far, the best person to have as a teacher for you. He was willing to disobey his own leader to teach you how you should be taught. As such, I had Dialga and Palkia, my 2 other children, to surround these ruins in a barrier. He won't be able to find you as long as you are on this island. No one will. Tell me, Kakashi. What kind of animal are you most familiar with? Wait, are you going to give him? Yes, Naruto. He will have to keep it a secret for as long as he can, but other than that, the same rules apply as with your Vulpix. Your Riolu is allowed to be a bit more public in case you don't remember. Arceus told him. Do you trust him, Naruto? Because I don't see why I should. Kakashi asked. Yeah, I trust him. He's the reason I knew about the Uzumaki clan in the first place and even dropped me off here. I fell into a pitfall and after the 2 of us talked, I was here. It was 3 weeks before I heard anything from Old Man Hokage. Naruto told him. Arceus, if I had to give a suggestion, I think a Shinx or one of its evolved forms would be a good choice for him. So, he's a lot more familiar with dogs, huh? Yup. And why not Growlithe? His main affinity is lightning. Even I figured that out. Naruto said. Ah. I see. Well then, a Shinx it is. Teach him how to treat it well. I'm counting on you with this, Naruto. Don't worry so much. He's right. Kakashi added. I've seen how he interacts with his Vulpix and his Riolu. He treats them with the utmost respect, as I figure he should. Anything less would denote a failure for them. Am I correct? So, you have been paying attention. Good, that makes things easier. You will still have to learn the basics of taking care of them. This Shinx has yet to hatch from its egg. Keep it with you at all times. When it hatches, treat it with care. I understand. Thank you for the opportunity. Kakashi said as he picked up the egg in front of Arceus. Also, I heard that Celebi has been jumping dimensions recently. If you see her, tell that I need to talk to her again." Arceus sounded annoyed. "Has she been making trouble for you again?" Naruto asked. "More than you know. I swear, she's worse than those corrupt humans at times. At least she only annoys me, unlike that damn Cyrus that tried to catch me on several occasions. I remember you telling me about him. Seriously, he's a major idiot," Naruto said. "Tell me about it." Naruto, Kakashi, and Arceus shared a laugh, though for Kakashi it was more of a chuckle. After this was done, Kakashi was holding the egg gingerly. "Thank you for trusting me, Arceus," he said. "I have given you the benefit of a doubt, Kakashi. Don't mess it up." "I have no intentions on that," Kakashi said. "Helping Naruto is also helping me out with my own problems. It may seem like I'm using him, but I see it as we're both helping each other out." "He still blames himself for living on while everyone close to him died," Naruto said. "It's not a good thing to feel. I know it's gone down while he was here, but it's still there. Being around me is good for him, and it goes a little faster when he talks to me about my parents." "I see. You're also glad I gave you the empathy ability." "Yeah, I am." "And have you been working on that anger problem I told you about?" "Yeah, Riolu helped me there," Naruto admitted. "Meditation works wonders." "Good. And I'm guessing that's why the Uzumaki preferred the Riolu and Lucario over most other Pokémon." "Yeah. Their meditation is the main reason. It really helps with the whole anger problem. Even met with the Bidjuu, and yeah, it turned out he was aware of the Pokémon. As long as I'm nice to Kitsune, the Vulpix, he won't try to influence me, unlike most." "Finally found a name for him, huh?" "Actually I just came up with it. Kyuubi did tell me there was a difference between Kitsune and Yoko, though it isn't really physical." "Kitsune kind of popped up," Naruto admitted. The Vulpix looked at him. "I actually kind of like that name. It helps that a Ninetales, though not a Pokémon, helped you make the decision," Kitsune stated. "So, that's good with you?" Kitsune nodded at Naruto. "Then Kitsune it is." "Alright. I have been checking on your progress, as I said I would. You are already where I hoped you would be before you were done. I had Palkia set up a portal that would lead into the northeast sector of the forest known as the Forest of Death. The wildlife of that area are already in the know and will be expecting you when you go through. I hope you've planned out a prank for those stuck-up Hyuga. They really need to lighten up." "Are you kidding? I had 4 in my head before we met. And I've had a bit of time to improve them a bit. With all the Fuinjutsu here, I've developed a few more seals from them and I plan on using them to my advantage. Although nah, I shouldn't ask." "Shouldn't ask what?" "A Sneasel. You know how much good they are for stealth?" Naruto asked. "Yes, I do, and I take it you want one." "I'm good with these two. I think we should wait for his Shinx to hatch and wait for them to bond and train together before we head back, though." Naruto smiled at the Riolu and Kitsune. "While a Sneasel would be useful, it's not really needed." "You've grown, Naruto. Has your dream changed?" "Only something added. I still wish to be Hokage. I also intend on restoring the Uzumaki clan. Something that I feel would be better off around," Naruto said, determination in his voice. "Well then, I should let you know that I have heard some reports from Raikou, who has been coming here, mainly in Lightning Country, but he has reported that there are some areas with unknown ruins. If you come across any ruins like that, do as the inscription says, as I'm sure you'd be able to translate it." "Alright, I'll work on it. It should come naturally, so don't worry too much over it." Naruto nodded. "Alright, I'm out. Be sure to continue spending time with Giratina every now and then. He enjoys your company." "Sure thing, Arceus," Naruto replied, as Arceus shone brightly and left without a trace. "Well, I think we should take the day off today, instead of training." "Agreed," Kakashi said before the egg in his hand started shaking. There were a few cracks in the egg. It soon popped open. "Shinx." Naruto just smiled at it, as did Kakashi. Shinx looked at Kakashi and smiled. "Shinx." Kakashi seemed to understand it. "Are you sure?" "Shinx." "Well, if you say so. Come on, let's go." Kakashi I smiled and the Shinx yipped happily. They all played the entire day. Kakashi had learned a lot more about Pokémon feeding basics from Naruto and they both worked on the food this time. -2 months later. Shinx had learned everything that Riolu and Kitsune learned about tree climbing and water walking. He had also learned how Kakashi fought and can now fight alongside him, though not really that easy to keep up on higher levels. Shinx and Riolu were having a mock battle, as they have been for a while now. Naruto and Kakashi just watched, as usual. "Who do you think will win this time?" Naruto asked. "I'm not making any bets here. As confident as I am in Raito, Riolu has a lot more experience. I'm leaning either way." Kakashi replied. "Yes, Raito is the Shinx." Raito had just used Spark and tried hitting Riolu. He missed the dodge and got knocked back. He got back up and surprised Raito. Riolu started to glow, which Naruto raised both eyes at. Kakashi was wondering what this meant. Raito lost this round. Naruto said, confusing Kakashi. Why? Just watch. Riolu is no longer a Riolu. Naruto said, a small smirk on his face. When the glow faded, Riolu looked a lot bigger and even a little more defined. Riolu evolved into a Lucario. And Naruto was happy as hell. The Lucario looked at Naruto. I just evolved and that means Naruto nodded. Alright. Lucario went in for one hit and basically knocked Raito out with a force palm. Man, I love that move. Naruto and Kakashi went to their respective Pokemon. Naruto high-fived the Lucario and then they both walked over to the Shinx. Lucario put some aura in his hand, noticing his aura was a lot more in control than before and sent it to the Shinx. The Shinx groaned but was conscious. Are you okay, Raito? Kakashi asked softly. Shy Raito groaned. Rest up. You've earned it. Kakashi said softly. Shinx passed out. They all went back and put Raito on the cot. Kakashi was by his side the entire time. Naruto, Lucario, and Kitsune came in. They walked up to Raito and Kakashi. I'll be the first to admit I'm no expert, but I think Raito will be okay. He shouldn't do much for a few days, so he can heal. Kakashi nodded. I feel like it's my fault though. Don't go into the self-pity again, Kakashi. Naruto told him. It won't do you any good and it will make Raito feel worse than you. I can't help but feel at fault. What if next time? For now, Naruto cut him off. Just be glad there can be a next time. He'll be fine. Don't worry so much. How can I not? When he wanted to face off with Riolu evolving was not expected. That was a mutual thing. If not for that, Lucario had already said that Raito would have won that one. That Spark was on the verge of becoming a Volt Tackle. Naruto said. You should be proud of him, not sad. And how does that make it any better? Normally, a Shinx can't learn Volt Tackle. The fact that Raito almost did means he actually can learn it. Something that would normally be impossible. From what I saw, if he increased the voltage and added in a quick attack, which it is possible for him to learn. He already knows quick attack. So if he combined Spark with it, he could use Volt Tackle, unheard of for a Shinx or its evolved forms. It's a powerful move, but if you're not careful and he doesn't get used to it, it could hurt him. Naruto told him. That's why I said wait a few days. You shouldn't slack off in your own training while you wait, though. I've been working with Flamethrower recently. I had only recently pulled it off, though. With your affinity being lightning you'd be able to learn a few electric type moves and it would be pure lightning manipulation. Now, if I had a real fire jutsu to learn I wonder how I'd do with it. Kakashi nodded. He turned to Lucario. Can I trust you to watch over him? Lucario nodded. I caused it. I should make sure he heals. Thanks Lucario. Naruto, Kitsune and Kakashi walked out. Kakashi looked back and had one thought. Get well soon, Raito. He continued walking out. They went outside and Kakashi had a serious expression. It nearly scared Naruto. The only reason it didn't was because that wasn't anger. It was determination. Alright, what's the weakest electric type attack? Better for me to start at the bottom and work my way up. Thundershock. Naruto said. Thundershock is the first one and actually the weakest in a series of 5 electric type attacks. Basically, what you want is a small amount of electricity and you shoot it at your target. After that, it's Thunderbolt. It's about twice as powerful as Thundershock and Spark is about the same when it comes to voltage. The difference? Thunderbolt is a ranged move. Spark is a close combat move but they are virtually the same thing, just different range. Naruto explained. The highest one and also the next one is Thunder. If you surround yourself with Thunder, it's similar to a lightning armor. Then you go in for a fast attack, a full body charge and you got yourself a Volt Tackle. It's about the same speed for tunnel vision, if I'm correct. Then I have something similar. Kakashi said. I have my own jutsu. It's called Chidori but is also nicknamed the Rikiri. If not for the fact Obito gave me his Sharingan, I wouldn't be able to cope with the tunnel vision it gives. Think you can do the same with a full body armor? That would give you some good grounds for a Volt Tackle. Naruto suggested. I could try, but I think it's better if I work my way up the ladder. Kakashi replied. Alright. Kitsune. Naruto looked at Kitsune. Yeah? I think we could work on our own version, don't you? Full body electric attack. Not electric. Fire. You've learned extreme speed already. If you cover yourself in a flamethrower and use it like that, you've got a successful fire version of Volt Tackle. Naruto said, earning a thoughtful look. Ingenious. I can't believe it could be that simple. In theory, it is. Application, however, isn't. It takes practice to do so properly. No, it would be a lot easier than you probably think. Covering yourself in ember and rolling is a flame wheel. You do the same with a flamethrower and then add an extreme speed. You got yourself a flame tackle. Sweet. Alright, let's work on it. The both of us. First, we have to surround ourselves in the flamethrower and get used to it. Then we go for the next step. Alright, let's do it. The two of them worked on ejecting flames and surrounding themselves with it, while Kakashi worked on Thundershock. While Kakashi got Thundershock in 3 hours, Naruto and Kitsune were still trying to surround themselves in flames and not get burned. It wasn't going well. Being as it was nearing sundown, they went inside to find Lucario still next to Raito. "Welcome back, you three." "Luke, how is he?" Naruto asked. "Finally came up with a name." "Spur of the moment," Naruto said. "He's asleep right now. Has been for the last hour or so. He is already in the know and understands the need for rest. He's also glad you decided to keep training yourself. At least that's what he said." "He's not entirely sure, is he?" Kakashi asked. "Didn't seem like he was," Luke replied. "All I know for sure is he said he was happy that you're not letting his choice bother you much. Could be the training itself he is unsure of. I couldn't tell you to be honest. He'd have to tell you what he was unsure of." "Naruto, we need to let Lucario train as well. Tomorrow, I'll watch over Raito. You train with Lucario," Kitsune said. "I think that's a good idea, Kitsune. Luke, you and I will be training tomorrow. You'll need to learn and perfect the Aura Sphere move. It should come naturally for you and I'll be trying that as well." "I understand. If it does come naturally, then I figure I can learn it quickly. Perfecting it is another story." "I know," Naruto told him. "For now, we should get some rest. That means you too, Kakashi." He nodded in response. A few days later. Raito was up and about, mainly next to Kakashi. Kitsune and Luke, Naruto's Lucario, were both working on their attacks. Raito was working on keeping the spark attack active for extended periods of time. It got to an hour before he fell onto his knees. Kakashi, on the other hand, was trying to use chakra as a full body armor. Kakashi was having more luck with it. Naruto was working on the Aura Sphere and was having a lot more luck. Luke and Naruto could now form an Aura Sphere, but only Luke could throw it with ease. "It seems like you're focusing too much on the formation. Once it is formed, focus more on execution." Naruto nodded. Naruto formed the Aura Sphere again and Kakashi had looked over at him at that very point in time. He lost focus and lost the armor. Raito noticed this. "Kakashi. What's up?" "Naruto, how the hell does he know the Rasengan?" Kakashi asked, surprise evident. "This isn't Rasengan, why?" Naruto asked. "That sphere, it looks almost exactly like the Rasengan. It was your father's move, though close combat," Kakashi explained before holding out his hand and forming the Rasengan. "No way, those are too damn similar. Learn this Rasengan and control it. Then learn to throw it like an Aura Sphere." "I think that would work," Naruto replied. "Think you can help?" "You've got the form down. All you need is the rotation for it, from what I can see," Kakashi told him. "Make one of those and put it next to mine." Naruto made an Aura Sphere while Kakashi made a Rasengan. The only difference is internal rotation. The Rasengan has more and is faster with the rotation. Aura Sphere doesn't have that. Other than that, the premise is the same. A sphere of chakra or aura, that's it. I'm using chakra for this. That's why I can't get it to go long range." Naruto grinned. "What's going on in that head of yours?" Kakashi asked, worried. "Nothing much. Just figured out why I can't throw it. We use chakra, not aura. Pokemon are using aura. A Hyuga might be able to learn it, but I won't be able to. Let's compare them in close range," Naruto suggested, earning a nod. They went up to a tree and thrust it into their respective trees. Kakashi had more spirals in his hit than Naruto. Naruto, on the other hand, went straight through the tree and then it left the hand completely stable and able to hit 2 other trees before an explosion. Naruto, Kakashi, and Luke watched it go. Naruto looked at his hand and remembered what he did. I wonder he made another one and threw the Aura Sphere like he was thrusting a Rasengan with one hand instead of the usual 2 for Aura Sphere. The result? It flew into a rock face and exploded. Luke looked on in wonder. "Looks like you can throw an Aura Sphere with one hand, but not 2. Nice job." "Thanks." Naruto sat down. "Just repeating an action that I'm not completely used to is hard." Kakashi looked at him. "So rotation ratio?" "Rasengan has about 30 times the rotation paths of an Aura Sphere. Maybe more. Try to tone down the rotations of a Rasengan and then make the same motion. You might get an Aura Sphere and you could throw it," Naruto said, a bit of shock in his voice. "I think we should all work on this. Kitsune, continue with the whole fire armor thing. My body is somewhat used to it now, as I've been going for slightly hotter temperatures using fire chakra every now and then." Flames aren't appearing, but I'm not going that far just yet. Kitsune nodded. I really wish I would evolve soon, though. It might make this easier. Somehow, I doubt it. Naruto said. Luke only got better at manipulating aura because that's what a Lucario does naturally. They're called aura dogs for a reason, you know. Yeah, but I don't see why it wouldn't work for me. Besides, and I'll be honest, I'm not sure how to get you to evolve, so probably not a good idea to do so. You don't? Couldn't you ask Arceus? I wish. I haven't heard anything from him for a while. I mean, Kakashi got his shinks when I last talked with him. Naruto admitted. It was at this point a small pink mouse-like Pokemon appeared. Who are you? Naruto asked, knowing it was a Pokemon, but forgetting the name. You're with Pokemon, but you don't know who I am? Your name just escapes me. I know that I should know you and that you are a Pokemon, but that's about it. Naruto replied. Legendary status, maybe. Legendary? Kakashi asked. Yes, I do fall under that category. And Arceus was right. You are honest. Just like that last trainer I took a liking to. Well, it would be rude to just call you Legend, Pokemon, or something else when talking to you. And there's the formality. I'm not much for formalities, to be honest. I know, just like Ash. Huh? Naruto and Kakashi were close to gaping like fish. Oh, it's the other trainer that I liked. In fact, he's a friend to all Pokemon, and that Lucario you have. It came from an egg that is Lucario and Ditto had. Ash is a legend among all Pokemon and the only human to have gained every legendary Pokemon's good word. Even my clone, which the humans made long ago. Naruto's eyes widened. Now I remember. Your name is Mew, isn't it? Finally caught on. It was the clone comment. Naruto admitted. You're the only Pokemon, legendary status or not, to be cloned. The clone was called Mewtwo and turned his back on humanity. I heard about Ash from Giratina and how he saved multiple Pokemon and humans. The only human to live among Pokemon and still have a heart of gold and a silvery spirit. And you are pretty close in personality to him as well. At least, that's what I've been hearing from Arceus. Is there any reason you came, Mew? Kakashi asked. I mean, I think you'd have something else to do elsewhere, don't you? I would if there was something that needed my presence. Mewtwo has volunteered for some of my duties and is happy for it. We both are off, so he's checking out other things while I came here to check out Arceus's new chosen. He hasn't chosen anyone since Ash. And there's the matter with your Vulpix. What do you mean? If you want him to evolve, you'll need a Fire Stone. Ah, man. There's no way I could that without some help from you guys. Wait, can you? He couldn't finish before Mew spoke. Way ahead of you. Mew said, pulling out a stone that gave off some heat. I heard you had a Vulpix, but we're in a place where there are no Pokemon, so I brought one with me, in case you were going to ask. Here. The stone floated to Naruto. So? I know what to do, just set it down. Kitsune said, with Naruto doing just that and backing up a bit. Kitsune got close to it, sniffed it, and then ate it. What? Is that supposed to happen? No, I really only need to get close to it, but I was hungry. It was almost time for lunch, and I couldn't wait. Kitsune then glowed and evolved. The fur went from red-orange to a platinum blonde. The 6 tails become 9 tails. Congratulations. Your Kitsune has just evolved into a 9 tails. Mew told them. Oh, why did you say that? Naruto asked. Thought it would be fun. Mew replied. It was so funny I forgot to laugh. A voice said before a blue and yellow dog-like Pokemon came out of the bushes. Mew, you've overstayed your welcome and Lugia wanted to talk to you. Something about Ash's grandkid. Not again. What about Zapdos? Hiding with Moltres and Articuno again. Entei? Won't leave Chihiro's family. Sukyun? Are you kidding? She'd freeze him. She never liked kids. Palkia and Dialga are holding the barrier. Ho-oh. He and Lugia never truly got along. Mewtwo. Mew sounded distressed. Doesn't fall under the rules you two agreed on. You have got to be kidding me. Wait, what about you? Special mission from Arceus. It involves these two. Or rather, it involves the blonde. The dog said. Wait, why me? And? If it regards Pokemon and it is in this realm, it falls under your duty. I'm supposed to accompany you there this time around. The dog told him. And by the way, my name is Raikou. Okay, that answers that. What's the problem I have to help out with? You looked at them and HMPH''D. You're no fun. I got to do something, right? I've been doing nothing but training lately. I'm going to need some real-time experience. Naruto replied. You need to figure out how to balance between playing and duties. It might get a little more fun. Ash always said that too. Raikou admitted before looking at Mew. Are you going to finally take the advice? Or are you going to ignore it like last time? Mew looked down. Hearing it from one of them and then hearing it from someone that could rival his personality. Okay, I'll go. But I won't like it. And I don't expect you to. Naruto admitted, making Yu look at him in surprise. What? You think I'd like doing boring duties? Here, look at it this way. The faster you get it done right, the more time you have for fun. He did not say that. He isn't going to have to do menial chores for his chosen profession to start out. I've been thinking of ways for it to go by faster so I can do more things with my Pokemon. Naruto said. It's all about perspective and a reason to figure out how. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks. Yu said before teleporting out. Naruto then looked at Raikou. Think Kitsune and Lucario can follow on foot? Not likely. This is in Lightning Country. In the mountains. Raikou replied. Naruto ran inside and grabbed the 2 Pokeballs. This will be the first time you'll be in your Pokeballs for a while, but we can't really let others see you just yet. I understand. Luke said. I may not like it, but I get it as well. Arceus doesn't want our existence out as much as possible. Kitsune replied. That is the reason for Raito and Luke, but Kitsune, you have another reason. Your evolution turned you into a smaller version of something that is feared as a creature of destruction. They will attack to kill you if they saw you. I'm not about to let that happen. Naruto said, sternly. Kitsune nodded. At least I know you care about me. Naruto held up the Pokeballs and hit Kitsune and Luke with red beams from them. Kakashi pulled out a Pokeball and looked at Raito, who nodded. He was hit in the head with a Pokeball, considering the fact he hasn't been in one yet. It shook a few times and then settled down. Kakashi took it and put it in his ninja pouch. Naruto put his in his pockets. Get on, you two. I can get us there within minutes. Raikou said. Kakashi got on, but Naruto walked next to him and pulled out a strange 5-point shuriken. Take this and throw it in the ground right outside the destination. I should know where it is when that happens and I'll be there. Naruto said, handing it to Kakashi. You didn't learn the Hiraishin. Kakashi said. Just trust me on this. It's only for transportation as of now. Kakashi nodded and Raikou took off. Naruto waited a few seconds, tensed, and then left in a flash. Chapter 2. Hanahagakure. Sarutobi was getting impatient. He had lost view on Kakashi and Naruto for the past few months. What the hell is going on? One moment I can see them there and the next they're gone. I'm beginning to think they are no longer in the elemental countries. Hey old man. I got a drop about some unknown ruins that no one can seem to figure out. A man said from the window, getting Sarutobi's attention. Jiraiya, I need someone to go to Whirlpool Island and check on the Izugaka ruins. Kakashi and Naruto were there and now it's not even showing the ruins. I need someone to check on them. Unfortunately, I was asked by one of the cryptologists there to help out. The thing is Kumo asked me to help out. They were willing to give up one of their Jinchuriki for this. Hanahagakure would get the Nibi and Naruto would have someone to stick around the village for. Well, we haven't truly lost Naruto yet and Danzu is not aware of his location. If you can get through with this code, check on Naruto and Kakashi. I'm worried about them. Don't worry yourself old man. I'll take care of it. Jiraiya told him. I'll send a toad with a message stating if they're okay or not. Alright, now get to it. Sarutobi said. Wait, there's more I have for you. Jiraiya said. Orochimaru had just quit the group he was in. Itachi is also in that group. Akatsuki? Sarutobi asked. Yeah, how did you know? I made use of Danzu's order for Itachi to kill off Orochimaru. I heard from one of my summons about them and they could become a threat. I met with Itachi beforehand and told him that he should become a rogue and join up with them. At the same time, he'd be feeding us information from the inside. I only asked for him to keep an eye on their movements, but you shouldn't let down your guard with them, either. Agreed. Now, I'm done and I'm out. Jiraiya then left in a puff of smoke. A few days later, Lightning Country ruins. The cryptologists had just met with Jiraiya. Oh, I'm glad you came. One of them said. We haven't found any clue as to where it came from or who made them in the first place. It was at this point there was a rustle in the bushes, putting Jiraiya on guard. Kakashi and Naruto came through. Jiraiya. Kakashi. You know him? Naruto asked. The sensei of my sensei. Kakashi replied. So, you're the one the old man is so worried about, huh? Figured he would be. I told him he didn't have to be. Besides, he wouldn't be able to find the ruins I've been at for the last few months. Not anymore at least. Naruto replied. Oh? And why not? Has he ever tried finding the Yondaime Hokage's personal warehouse? Naruto asked. He has one. Yup. It's in a pocket dimension of sorts. Only him and his offspring can enter it. Kakashi told him. Anyway, what are you doing here? I was asked to find out what the strange markings mean. These guys can't find any record of them. Jiraiya replied. You? My duty. Don't ask. Naruto said, annoyed. The quicker I get this done, the quicker I can go back to training what I need to be training. And what would that be? Jiraiya asked. And why is it your duty? I just said don't ask. For now, just trust me on this. Naruto said before walking up the steps to a platform. Jiraiya, Kakashi, and one of the cryptologists went up behind him. What the hell has been going on in those ruins? Space-time barrier, effectively making a pocket dimension. Didn't think you were that good with seals. Wasn't me. He can't be that good with seals. Wasn't him, either. Kakashi told him before holding up a hand. It's his choice whether to reveal it or not. I have no say, as per orders of the Hokage. Jiraiya mumbled a few choice words. I heard that, Jiraiya. Naruto said, without turning around. My senses are much more fine-tuned than most. Training with Kakashi and a few animals that can move around in pitch-black darkness without making a sound, you tend to learn a few things. They came up to a wall, and the cryptologist ran up to it. This is where the strange things pop up. He said. I'm afraid I can't do much in translation, and no one else seems to know of it. Jiraiya looked at it, and so did Kakashi. They both shook their heads, though Kakashi did so for a different reason. Now I see. Kakashi said, after Jiraiya pulled back. What? You can read it? The cryptologist asked, hopeful. Kakashi shook his head. Then what did you figure out? Jiraiya asked. Naruto, it looks like Arceus was right. There are ruins with things from his domain here. Kakashi said. Yes, I can see that. Naruto replied, reading the inscription. And he was right on something else. Don't tell me. Yup. Give me maybe an hour. I should be able to figure out just what this thing is. Naruto said, falling silent. Kakashi just stood back and looked up while leaning against one of the pillars. Think Aztec or Mayan cultures. Block format pyramids with a platform on top. There is a wall on one side and 4 obelisks, one on each corner. That's basically what it is. The cryptologist kept asking questions, but Naruto didn't even pay attention to them. He looked at Kakashi. Please tell me you can get him to answer my questions. Sorry, I don't think even I can. Kakashi admitted. He wouldn't listen to me, either. Actually, I heard every question. Naruto said, drawing their attention. The problem is, I'm not going to answer any of them, as they are not important to the situation at hand. And the inscription translation? Jiraiya asked. That is something best left to me and me alone. What I have found already is supposed to be kept secret as it is. For someone to build a temple for this? I can't say it was before. More like a forgotten legend. Naruto then shifted to his left a bit. What do you mean? Kakashi asked. Luke, Kitsune, and Raido aren't the first of their kind to come here. Naruto said, earning a wide eye from Kakashi. You're kidding me? Kakashi nearly shouted, surprising Jiraiya. I hope so. This is only a theory, to be honest. Naruto admitted. But from what I can gather here, I'd say the odds are pretty big for that theory to be the truth. Hold on. Jiraiya shouted. Who are the 3 he mentioned, Kakashi? And I won't take classified as an answer. Jiraiya was oddly serious about this. The only one allowed to reveal that is him. Kakashi said, pointing at Naruto. He's the only reason they're here in the first place. Do you want me to pull rank? Jiraiya asked. Do you want to go against a deity's orders? Kakashi asked, earning surprise from Jiraiya and the cryptologist. Because if I say anything without Naruto's expressed and written permission, then I can't say a word. It's bigger than the whole Kyuubi incident. At least 10 times bigger. You can't be serious. I wish it were otherwise, but I can't say anything as of right now. Jiraiya glared at Naruto. Don't bother with a glare of that magnitude. Naruto said, without even looking. I've had worse since I was 3. 5 times worse, from multiple people. Must be rough. The cryptologist said. I'm actually friends with a Jinchuriki, to be honest. That's why I'm here alone. No one would bother helping me out because I actually want to spend time with her. That's why I offered to send her to Konohagakure if they helped out. Well, then send word for her to pack. Naruto replied. I'm like a grandson to the Sandaime Hokage, and I have a distant relation to the Shodai Hokage, and by proxy the Nidaime Hokage. Not to mention, I look similar to the Yondaime Hokage. My allegiance is with Konohagakure, so if you get my help, you're getting Konoha's help. And I still don't know what this whole thing was for. You haven't answered any of my questions. Naruto then reached the end, sighed, and stood up. Naruto looked at the cryptologist. Which way is north from here? He ended up asking. What? I have a complete set of instructions for what this place does. If you want to see, then you need to do as I ask. Naruto said, earning shock from them all. You mean? Yeah, I translated it. However, none of you can do anything with this place. Uzumaki thing? Kakashi asked. Try Giratina thing. Naruto replied, earning shock from Kakashi. No. Yup. Naruto replied, though his voice was sad. Portal to his realm. Who's this Giratina? Jiraiya asked. I'm afraid I can't tell you. Naruto admitted. A light appeared in front of him. Naruto. Yeah, I checked it out. Two-way ticket to distortion. Naruto said, looking at the light. I believe I'd need permission for these two to bring them there. One of them would bring a friend to my home village, while the other was his sensei. I see your names. What are they? Who? Jiraiya asked. Kakashi sighed. The big one is Jiraiya of the Sannin. Minato's sensei. The other, I never caught a name, but she is friends with a Jinchuriki. I will need a name. That way, I can alert my son to his guests. He should be expecting me any day now. Naruto admitted. In fact, I was planning on visiting tomorrow. Haven't been able to the past few weeks, unfortunately. My name is Rei Cortana. My friend, who is the Jinchuriki of the Nibi no Bakaneko, is named Yujito Nai. I'm one of her only friends, as of late. The cryptologist said. You speak the truth. Arceus said. I approve, on one condition. Information on what you see is not to get out to those Naruto does not deem worthy. Why an 8-year-old kid? Because I chose to help him where he needed it when no one else would. Arceus stated. Had I not done anything, that Sandaime would be considered a massive idiot in my eyes. I personally think the paperwork has finally gone to his head and put him on the edge. His counsel just pushed him over, to be honest. Alright, I swear it. Jiraiya replied. As Duarei told him. And I believe this will be a good rendezvous point to get Yujito to Konoha. No, Yujito will not go directly to Konohagakure. She will be going with Naruto for a while. I already have something for her. I have also sent another gift to someone in Sunagakure. He has enjoyed his gift so far. Which one? He's got a trapinch. Because of the sand. Partially, yes. Also, I will be coming as well. I will see you four there. The light vanished. Jiraiya looked at Kakashi. Don't ask me. Naruto sighed. You guys see the rings on the floor? Kakashi, Jiraiya. Stand in the innermost ring, not including the dot. Rei, you get on the next ring going out. What about you? Rei asked. Naruto went to the 4 pillars. North. Rei pointed to one direction. Naruto touched the obelisk in that direction. He then touched the west one, the east, and finally the south. After that, he went to the dot in the center. Don't bother copying this, as it's a clan jutsu. Naruto then went through a few hand signs. Uzumaki secret jutsu. Portal to another realm. There were spider-like marks, eerily similar to a summoning jutsu. They all glowed and vanished. Naruto, Kakashi, Jiraiya and Rei appeared on what seemed to be a floating platform. Out of all of them, Naruto was the only one that held a grin. Where are we, Naruto? Kakashi asked, before noticing the grin. Naruto, instead of speaking, held up a hand with 3 fingers. 2 fingers. 1. His hand became a fist and there was a noise that sent everyone but Naruto on alert. Grew. They looked to the source of the sound and saw a dragon flying around and coming towards them. Head to the usual meeting spot. I'll see you there and I'll bring the others. Ruo. The dragon roared and then turned away. Naruto looked at the others, who were surprised it listened to him. Follow me and don't worry about using chakra here unless it has to deal with water. What do you mean? Naruto walked over to the edge of the platform and looked at the vertical one. He jumped towards it and he turned a bit to land it on it. Gravity shifts here. He said, looking at the others. Just follow me and keep an eye on the platforms. They move from time to time. Jiraiya, Kakashi and Rei ran up to it and did the same. It takes a while to get used to the shifting gravity. Where are we? Rei asked. Naruto led the way and changed a few platforms. This is the distortion world. The portal to another realm is in Uzumaki clan jutsu. I'm not sure why it was made in the first place, but I figure that those temples were made for a reason. That temple was made to access the distortion world. There may be others that allow access to other realms as well. Would this include Arceus's realm? Kakashi asked. I can't say for sure. Naruto admitted before jumping to a higher platform which had a small town on it. All I know is, Arceus gave me the job of investigating them. Those markings at the temple. They are called unknown runes. They resemble the Pokemon called unknown. Kakashi isn't aware of them, nor can he translate those kinds of runes. Only I can right now. They stopped at a ledge. The dragon came up to him. Hey Tina. What's up? Naruto asked. I was wondering when you were going to come back. Who are they? The dragon asked, which only Naruto and Kakashi understood. Well, you've been keeping an eye on me for Arceus, haven't you? Yeah, I have. I like it when you come by. You know it gets lonely here. He didn't tell you we were coming yet? Kakashi asked. You can understand me? I've got a shinx. I kind of learned how he talks. Other than that, I have no idea why I can. Though Ray and Jiraiya were confused. Kakashi, you can understand that thing? Jiraiya asked. I wouldn't insult him like that if I were you. Kakashi stated. Unfortunately, I have no idea who or what he is. Thing is the closest thing I can come up with. He's a Giratina. Naruto said. I call him Tina for short. Speaking of which, Tina, did you get that book I asked you to find? But I did. I put it in the usual library. I don't see why you asked about it, though. Just a bunch of random guys. What is he saying? Jiraiya asked. Ray sighed. Don't tell me you asked him to get a bingo book. What? Jiraiya asked. How did you know? Naruto asked. You mean Kakashi started? Yeah. I figured that I should know who is out of my league and who I can't take down. Naruto told them. Know your enemy, right? Oh. So that's why you asked me to find one. The guy was dead and thrown in a river. A couple of rocks on the metal plate along with a slash through it. Rogue from Iowa. Damn. Kakashi stated. Okay, I'll check it out later. Naruto said. I really want to see Arceus in person because all I've ever really seen is mere phantom versions of him. I'm hoping he'd come here in person so I can actually touch him. Bet on. All of you. Naruto, you've got point. Ray, Kakashi and Naruto jumped on, Naruto getting on the mandible. Hop on, Jiraiya. Jiraiya was wary. Why should I trust him? Because your student son trusts him. Naruto stated, shocking Jiraiya. Do you know? I've known for a while. Naruto admitted. Just get on. Jiraiya jumped to behind Ray. Hang on. Naruto, I'm taking you directly to that ship. You know, the one I taught you to fly. Really? You fixed it up? Naruto asked. Yeah. This time, bring out the landing gear before you land. Giratina told him. I know. Naruto replied. They come up to a pillar where a strange vehicle was. I really wish Shaman were here. He could help get this thing out of here. How else can I fly alongside you? Naruto asked before opening a compartment which he entered before it closed. What is he doing? Preparing to fly, Kakashi. He is smarter than you think. And he learns quickly. First time flying and he already had it down. Landing was the problem. Think I can bring out Raito? No need. Besides, Arceus still wants their existence kept secret. But I do. Another voice said from nearby. They saw Arceus in full physical form. Kakashi, it's been a while. But it has. Kakashi replied. You finally the real deal. Yes, Kakashi. Arceus came over to Giratina. Get on. We should talk without them. Giratina, let them know just what they're getting themselves into here. I may have given the go, but they need to realize the consequences of knowing about this place and what will happen if they breath a word about it or anything discussed here. Sure thing, Pops. Giratina replied. Kakashi jumped onto Arceus, who didn't bother to flinch. Naruto, come with me. We'll talk for now. Sure thing, Arceus. A metallic voice resembling Naruto's came from the now floating ship which then went alongside Arceus as they both flew off. Alright, you two. I'm going to educate you on the rules you'll need to follow regarding the information about this place and everything else regarding Pokemon along with what a Pokemon is. Giratina said before flying off a bit. With Arceus. Alright you two. What did you find and why are you here? The way to come here. Only I can open the portal and my guess is that it has something to do with the old Uzumaki clan. Naruto replied. Really? The whole reason Jiraiya and Ray are here is because it would allow me to take up to 8 others with me. Naruto replied. What? Kakashi asked. That's what I want to know. The innermost ring can only hold 2 people. The next ring takes up to 6. I guess it's similar to the element oxygen in terms of transportation. Oxygen? Kakashi asked, confused. How so, Naruto? What is oxygen? Oh, you're not aware of those kinds of elements, are you? Kakashi shook his head. You see, Kakashi, there are several scientific elements and then there are chakra elements. Oxygen is a scientific element. At least, where I'm from it is. Okay. As I was saying. It's the electron system. Naruto said. It does have 8 electrons and in the same pattern. I'd have to be the nucleus of an oxygen atom and the passengers would be the electrons. Good. You've improved your vocabulary. Arceus stated. What else did you find out? There's got to be more and one of them is likely to be one to your realm. If I find out where it is, then I think I would use it to get a few Pokemon supplies. Naruto admitted. Other than that, I wouldn't do much. Anyone that gets my trust and your approval would be brought here to get Tina's approval. Once he or she has that, they should be good for a Pokemon. If it is found that they don't treat them like they should, I would ask Tina to send them back and they lose any trust I had in them. You're not going to send Raito back, are you? Kakashi asked, suddenly fearful. Why would I do that? Raito is helping you just as much as I am. We're bringing you out of your funk and it wouldn't do for you to be in that mood anyway. That was the original reason I would have wanted you to get a Pokemon in the first place. They teach you to be happy and as you saw, they can take a beating and only get knocked out. You don't have to worry about them that much in the pain department, especially since no one here would know how to kill them for good. They're like lifelong partners and they can do a lot for you. You suggested the Shinx because of his affinity, but also because he needed the emotional help. Yeah, like I said, he needs it. They tried pushing me over the edge, but they failed. War pushed him over the edge. He needs help to get back up and Raito is doing just that. Naruto replied. You suggested giving me the Shinx to help me? Kakashi asked, surprised. Why not? I could tell you needed it. I knew how to help, so I did. Naruto replied. I knew you were nice, but really? What? Nothing. Just know that it could get you killed in your realm. Did you run into Mew earlier? Actually, after I sent Raikou to you and I found that Mew started getting his own duties done. I still don't know why. I gave him some advice and a reason. Naruto replied. I intend on doing so myself. The sooner I get things done right, the more time I get for what I want to do. Interesting. They continued to talk while going around the area. They saw Giratina trying to come up to them, so they went towards him. What's the verdict? Arceus asked. Aaron. Jiraiya gave me more information than I know what to do with, but also said that Sarutobi, his boss and Naruto's surrogate grandfather, has been worried and wanted him to head to Whirlpool Island, where they had been training. He is now aware of the barrier, though not the reasoning for it. You mind if I say something on that? Naruto asked through the ship. Like what? Arceus asked. What I think could very well be a reason. Naruto said, earning a nod from Arceus. Jiraiya, when we leave, head to Old Man Hokage and give him this message. The training Kakashi and I are going through is to be kept as top secret and no one, not even a cage or the council, can do anything about that. Anyone that tries to force me to speak, either through Jinjutsu, mind games, or just plain torture, they will have several beings on par, if not stronger, than the Kyuubi no Kitsune after their life. Unless I give expressed and written permission, no one, not even the Hokage can know. As such, Whirlpool Island itself has been placed in a pocket dimension by two of the ones that will likely kill those who try to force it out of me, for whatever reason. Why is it that secret? Jiraiya asked. It involves everything regarding Giratina, which the Hokage is not allowed to know about, and Arceus, which I think he should know is helping me where no one else will even bother to. Also, I made a deal with the Kyuubi myself. Naruto replied, earning a WTF. Look from Jiraiya. Don't look at me like that. The only reason we agreed to the deal is because of Arceus's intervention in my life and we are on somewhat good terms. She is currently helping me with history while I'm asleep and giving me some basic knowledge of jutsu that Kakashi describes and she knows of, along with advice on how to pull them off. We have decided to wait for Kyuubi's go before we head back. Jiraiya's look was a lot more shocked than before. Jiraiya, drop the look. Also, be warned that I'm taking myself off of your list for Icha Paradise. I have something else to go through and I can't have myself distracted like that when I have someone else to worry about. Kakashi said, shocking him even further, but he steeled his face. Anything else I am actually allowed to let him know. If he sees me around a fox with platinum blonde fur, no matter what, no ninja is to attack it. A platinum blonde fox. That's got to be a joke. Jiraiya replied. You wouldn't say that if you saw it. And if a civilian tries to attack it, they're gonna get themselves burned to a crisp or have a hole somewhere in their body that is on fire itself and it has full permission to do so as it is only self-defense. Naruto warned. This is not a threat but a warning. If anyone attacks him first, he will attack to kill. He is my friend and ally and if he doesn't kill them, I will for attacking a friend of mine. The same goes for a blue and black bipedal dog with spikes in several places on its body. If either of them are attacked, all three of us will strike and kill if necessary. Don't tell me the fox has multiple tails. Full set of 9. Naruto said. No one is going to like that being anywhere near the village. Here's what you could say about him. Kitsune, my 9 tails, is more of purified version of the Kyuubi no Yoko that attacked. Two sides of the same coin, one good, one bad. Kitsune is the good and Kyuubi is the bad, even though I know it's not completely true. Wait, what? Ray asked. The Kyuubi no Yoko was only doing what he knows how to do that night. And that is survive. She was removed from her previous Jinchuriki, who was my mother, and met a red eye with a strange design. She recognized it as a Sharingan, but not the original or its upgrade. Next thing she knows, she's being sealed. Unofficial story, but the full truth. Anything in between, she has only the vaguest idea. A bunch of flashes and jutsu, but nothing specific. It's either the Jinjutsu or the seal itself doing that, but neither of us are completely sure. Also, note that I've also been getting used to the Kyuubi's Yaki, so I can control it better and use it with less side effects or less severe side effects. It is possible, as Mito Uzumaki was able to use 7 tails before losing control. How do you know you can trust this information? Jiraiya asked. As per our deal, she can't do anything regarding my mind unless I ask her to. In return, I do something I was planning on doing anyway. Treat Kitsune with the respect he deserves and she will help as needed. She's also helping me in the intelligence department. She even gave me what she calls the talk. Not a good thing, in my opinion, and highly perverted. No plans on doing that for a few years. 8 years old and already went through sex ed. Why am I not surprised? Arceus asked himself. Quick question. Naruto said, earning Jiraiya's attention. Is there anything you have that is not considered adult material? Maybe something older and probably not as popular. I only have one like that. Your father liked it and here, I can say that without worrying about laws breaking. I'm already aware of that law and who both my parents are. Yet another reason the space-time barrier was placed. Laws in Konohagakure or the elemental countries in general have no effect there as it is now out of the Hokage's jurisdiction. The same applies here for being another dimension itself. The real Whirlpool Island has been replaced with a duplicate minus the ruins and then placed in a pocket dimension. Well, that simplifies things. You should know that he chose your name from that same book you like ramen, right? Yeah, I do. It's the only food I could really eat back in the village because of the Ichiraku family. Huh. Did not really expect that. Jiraiya admitted. Then again, I probably should. After all, I came up with a name for that same character while eating ramen myself. Jiraiya, I should let you know something. Naruto here has several threats heading his way, but none can locate him. He has the backing of all legendary Pokemon, including myself and Giratina. If anyone goes after his life, civilian or not, and they succeed in taking it. They have literally angered all of us and we will not hesitate to destroy everything and kill everyone. The weakest of us is about the level of the Kyuubi your village fears. That one happens to be Zapdos. Moltres and Articuno are just a tad bit stronger due to less arrogance. The next lowest are Entei, Raikou and Suicune. Another fire, ice and lightning combination. Lugia and Ho-Oh are next in line, then Mew and Mewtwo. Both of them, though Mew rarely acts like it, are more Juubi level and yes I have found there is one. The Juubi is only supposed to be a myth. You're saying it's real? Yeah, the Biju are actually bits and pieces of its chakra. The body itself is sealed in the moon. Kyuubi has maybe 40% of the entire chakra supply of the Juubi. And with all the chakra it has, you can tell the Juubi is more powerful than the Shiki Fuijin. If Mew and Mewtwo are just as powerful, what does that tell you about the others? We'd be doomed. Ray said, earning everyone's attention. What? Juubi is the most powerful Biju. You haven't even mentioned Arceus or Giratina yet and you seem to have only gone through the bottom of the list. You're right, I have. In fact, I'm going up the list. Arceus admitted. On par with Mew and Mewtwo are Latios and Latias. They are the 4th and 5th fastest out of all of us but are on par with the Juubi as well. Entei, Raikou and Suicune are the only ones that have them beat in speed without location being involved. If it's an air battle, Latios and Latias are the best I can think of. Underwater, Lugia reigns supreme. Kyogre and Groudon are the beasts of sea and land, respectively. In terms of sea power, Lugia has Kyogre beat, but in raw power, Kyogre wins. Groudon is the beast of land and would win hands down against anyone but those with a pure heart. The only reason they don't fight anymore is because of Rayquaza, which neutralized their weather-altering abilities. After that is Giratina, my son. He rules this realm, the distortion world. Wait, what about Deoxys? Naruto asked, earning looks. What? Deoxys is considered a Pokemon, yes. However, he does not truly have legendary status. He still has your back and would be placed right beneath Giratina. It's because Giratina is your son, isn't it? Only because of him being a direct son. He has a portion of my power and rules the distortion world. His power knows little to no bounds. Then Dialga and Palkia. The beings of time and space respectively. They are the ones that placed a barrier around the original Whirlpool Island at my request. Then there is me. The top of the chain. Darkrai? Naruto asked. Those that have the potential to be listed under legendary status are Darkrai, Cresselia, Heatran, Deoxys, and Shaman. Darkrai, Shaman, and Cresselia don't wish to be considered legendary, though the humans who know of them think they already are. Heatran has not achieved the level needed to be considered such, and Deoxys also has no wish to be called legendary. And Shaman? Kakashi asked. After that one run-in with Ash, he wasn't ever seen again. Any attempt to find him has been fruitless. Celebi? Naruto asked. Never considered her as such. She's more of a free spirit and Jirachi will not bother to even try for legendary status for the simple fact no one would be able to find any proof of her existence except once every 1000 years or so. There is much debate on her among humans, but they do not believe what they can't see and come up with insane ideas on what they think is the truth. I can attest to that. Jiraiya admitted. Anything that is not proven true or false is considered a rumor and many mistake rumor for fact. It's highly stupid if you ask me. Then a thought occurred. What should I tell the Hokage about the ruins? But you are not allowed to say anything under penalty of death. Not death. Massive overkill death. Naruto added. If anyone tries to activate the temple, they will fail unless they have true Uzumaki blood and know of the existence of Pokemon. No one but the really old ones will know how to do any of that and even if they did, without true Uzumaki blood and a soul transfer will not work like that as the ability doesn't reside in the blood itself, they can't do a damn thing with it. We especially can't let Orochimaru know of this. You'll want to know something. Jiraiya said, earning a thoughtful look from Naruto. Did you tell the old man about the deal Ray made? Yeah, I did. Then tell him you found a way to translate it, but you couldn't do anything due to a requirement that you didn't meet. In fact, no one could meet it. It's best kept that way for now. Before we head back to training I'm going to have to give you a few things regarding the unknown runes. Are you familiar with the English language? Yeah, I am. I am a spy master, after all. The unknown runes can be easier to translate to English and then you can translate them to kanji. That should be enough for you to translate them. Know that that information is not to leave the four of us. Naruto said, earning nods from all of them. That's good, now how about we send you two back via the temple route? Giratina can send us directly to Whirlpool Island and that's where we've been training. We're not going to head back just yet. Alright. We'll go. Ray, you're going to have to find a way to get Yujito out of Kumo without anyone noticing. Already talked it over with the Raikage. I'll be giving him the same information you're supposed to give the Hokage and since they helped we will make good on the agreement. Officially, the Uzumaki clan was eradicated. There were no survivors, so if I bring up the fact that an Uzumaki is needed for it to activate, he will understand and make good on his word. The current Raikage is a lot more honorable than the last one and wants to make amends for his idiotic predecessor. As long as I let him know that it can do something, but we can't find out for sure without a true Uzumaki, which to his knowledge, there are none, he will understand and since, officially, Jiraiya translated it, Konohagakure did help and thus held up their end of the bargain. By now, the old man has probably alerted the council, meaning Danzu. He can't find out about the rendezvous point. Jiraiya said. The Jinchuriki will be staying together and they will come at the same time. Naruto suggested. Tell the old farts, old man Hokage included, nothing they say will change that as you took the Nibi Jinchuriki with you to me and we hit it off instantly. She was unwilling to leave and as such, would not go without me. Genius. Just one problem. Kakashi stated. How do you know she will like that? Ray asked, earning a nod from Kakashi. You'll see. I'll be sending a clone back with you and it will meditate while waiting. It will take it from there when they arrive. What are you planning? Kakashi asked. You don't want to know. Naruto admitted. Ray, how bad is her childhood? You mentioned she was a female. Worse than most, but pretty tame for a Jinchuriki. Why? Ray replied. Okay, that settles the idea. It will work far beyond anything else. Naruto said before landing next to the circle and leaving the ship. Jiraiya and Ray were there as well. Kakashi was still on Arceus. You getting off soon? Kakashi shrugged and jumped off. Naruto made a shadow clone, like Kyuubi taught him. He'll handle it. Don't worry too much. As for the transportation, there is a 5-point shuriken near the base of the temple. After she is convinced, which should only take a few seconds, find it, take it out of the ground, and have her throw it into the ground, and wait. You mean? No, it's not Haration. It's not a battle-ready move, merely transportation, and the shuriken is only a marker for me to know points of interest without being there myself. It's like a beacon for me. And with a Pokemon move, I can teleport to that beacon without any of the usual prerequisites. It's like a call and I can answer. Teleport doesn't really work like that. Well, that's what I use. It's like combination teleport move with a reverse summoning, but there's a time limit. I can teleport her here, but only myself and one other at any point in time. Naruto admitted before the clone went to the center dot while Ray and Jiraiya got on the first circle. Naruto went through the hand signs and did the jutsu to take them back. Lightning Country, Kumagakure. Ray was in a meeting with the Raikage. Sir, I have a report on the ruins we found. Finally. I was wondering when someone could translate it. The man shouted. What did you find? You remember the deal I told you for Konohagakure? Well, they sent someone and he is the one that translated it. Well, I will make good on my word. The council was not happy when I broke it to them. What did he find out? He asked. Well, the ruins was actually a temple and possibly a gateway. It said the gateway to distortion lies here. Uzumaki Unite. Then there were a bunch of hand signs, some of which we couldn't place, as it was only a name. We believe it was in Uzumaki only jutsu, maybe a bloodline, but the gate cannot be opened with the true knowledge of it. And with the Uzumaki destroyed. There is nothing we can do about it. Kumo took part in the Izugakure elimination. And now we find that it was an idiotic mistake, as only they knew much about it. The Raikage replied. Call Yujito and have her pack her things. She's heading to Konohagakure to be with them. It's better than her life here. If I may make a suggestion. Rei asked, a nod prompting her to continue. We had decided that the temple would be the rendezvous point and she would be brought to their Jinchuriki, who is currently out of the village training, as the village itself was bound to stunt his growth. Are you certain of this? It is what I was told and that she would be safe there. I still do not see how he will get her to come along because Jinjutsu does not work on Jinchuriki that are in tune with their Biju. If he cannot convince her, she will go to the village itself. I see. The Raikage said. And how will they meet up? The Jinchuriki and his teacher at his current age will be there to pick her up. I will be going directly to the village either way. You know she won't like that. If he can convince her, I don't think she'd mind. The only reason he knows of her coming is because of a message they found. There are only 2 of them, as far as I know. They are moving as we speak, from what I know. I would like to meet this boy. Laid down a few rules. As such he pushed a button. Get me Kurabi. An old man, maybe 25 or 30 appeared. What's up, bro? I need you to watch over things while I take Yujito Nai to a rendezvous point for her transfer to another village. Why don't I go with her? The man asked. I know you don't like paperwork, but you're actually the only one I trust like this. Yujito will be leaving the village for good. He looked down, but then looked up again. Alright, Fu. Just that, I'll do. The man sighed. He looked to where Rei was and found she was already gone. She left before I said she should. I did not expect his rhyming to come out in here. It never does. Konohagakure, Hokage's tower. Sarutobi was groaning with his paperwork. A toad appeared in front of him. What does Jiraiya report? The ruins was translated, but we could do nothing. Naruto, however, showed up, as did Kakashi. You mean? They're okay, and they are in the loop. Sarutobi nodded and activated privacy seals. What else is there? Leave nothing out. Unfortunately, I am not allowed to give out the majority of what was found. No one is to know, but Jiraiya didn't translate what was there. It was Naruto himself. How? I did not get the word on how or even why he was there in the first place. All I know is that after Jiraiya got the advice from him on translating it, which I am not aware of what it was, he translated it himself and found out what it said. The toad repeated what Rei said. It was also determined that you should stop trying to search for Naruto or Whirlpool Island. I can't help but worry about him, you should know that. I am told he does as well, but it is not needed. There are no one but friendlies in that area now and no possible way for hostilities to come by. The barrier will not last long. Ever try a pocket dimension? Sarutobi's eyes widened. I have a scroll for you to show the council. It was from Naruto and Kakashi themselves. I am not certain of the contents and it was said that I should be present for the meeting so I can let Jiraiya know of the reaction. There was also a tip to bring a camera. Why? I don't know. I wasn't told. Sarutobi opened the scroll and read it. His eyes widened and he let loose a loud laugh. Oh, Naruto. How you love causing trouble for those that wrong you. Sarutobi. Don't worry too much. And I can see just why the cameras are advised. And the Jinchuriki. Going to be with Naruto. It was already agreed. The official story is that Jiraiya translated it, not Naruto, and it should stay as such. Alright. Head directly to the council room and set up a few recording cameras. Sarutobi stated before taking down the privacy seals. Nico, Kuma, Tora. 3 Anbu entered. Sir. Alert the council of a meeting in 1 hour. Danzu included. Sir? Are you sure that's wise? The one in a bear mask, Kuma, asked. Danzu has always opposed you, after all. Oh, you'll see why during the meeting. Sarutobi said, an evil smirk on his face. The Anbu nearly shuddered at the sight and left to inform them. Council chambers, Konohagakure. Sarutobi entered a toad already there and the 3 Anbu hidden. Sarutobi, there had better be a good reason for you to call us. Danzu stated calmly. Oh, believe me, I do. Sarutobi said, with an evil glint in his eyes, which Danzu knew meant trouble for him. You are all aware of the deal for the Jinchuriki, correct? Yes, what of it? She will not be coming directly to the village. Instead, she will be brought to Naruto. Can't have you idiots trying to screw her up. Sarutobi said, leaking a little killing intent. Another demon. Silence. Sarutobi shouted. He is no demon, and neither is she. And now, for something else I believe you should know. Oh? And pray tell, what would that be? Oh, nothing much. Just a warning of what would happen if Naruto gets manipulated in any way, shape or form to reveal his training, which not even I am exempt from, or if he is killed by anyone. Oh, come off it. This village is the best there is. A civilian shouted. Quick question. How many of you still fear the power of the Kyuubi when unsealed? Sarutobi asked, though his voice was emotionless. Show of hands. Everyone but Danzu raised their hands. And why are you not in fear? Is it because you go against the principles this village was based off of and killed all your emotions? Or is it because you have a way of manipulating it? That is not your concern. All you need to know is that I am not afraid of any demon, Biju or not. Then tell me how you'd fare if, I don't know, the Kyuubi was not the strongest Biju and had less than 40% of the power of the strongest. Everyone paled at that, though Danzu had a nice little sweat drop. I would stand and fight, regardless of the chances. And I would not fear. Because there are 24 beings that are backing Naruto himself. The weakest 3 are on par with the Kyuubi in strength. And they all will turn their full wrath on anyone who manipulates him in any way. 2 of these 24 have been watching over him and have seen the hell he has went through. If he dies in this village, by this village, the entire village itself will be no more. People, buildings, all life. Gone. Kyuubi has 40% of the chakra levels of the Juubi. 8 of the 24 range from Kyuubi to Juubi, but do not reach par with the Juubi itself. The next weakest ones are on par with the Juubi, and then they range to over thrice as powerful as the Juubi itself. Well, we could only handle 1 Kyuubi, how do you expect us to handle 24 with strength up to levels exceeding 7 times as that? Even with the Yondaime, we won't even have a chance of survival. Rude or no rude. Danzu, at this, actually paled. Everyone noticed, even the Anbu, who were silently agreeing that the video cameras were much better than photos. And they had both. And here's the kicker. They are not even of this dimension, yet know everything about us. Where does that put us if we provoke them, by hurting Naruto, or the Nibi Jinchuriki, which I have no name for? We wouldn't be anywhere. We'd be dead. Shikaku Nara stated. Without knowledge of their abilities, even I am screwed. There would be no survivors. The only exceptions I can think of are the Ichiraku family, who were always nice to him to begin with, and the Sandaime Hokage. Aside from that, no one comes to mind for a list of those they would spare. I would add Anko onto that list, Shikaku. Hiashi Hyuga stated. I have heard rumors of her being a lot more aggressive since Naruto had left the village for his training. And since nothing else happened during that time frame, I can only assume she felt for the boy. My eldest daughter also seems disturbed by the news of him. As to why, I can't seem to figure it out. Are you aware that, while he was here, she followed him in several places? No, I was not, Lord Hokage. And by the time he's done with his training, I am told that he will likely be Chunin, if not, Jounin level. With beyond cage level sensory abilities, which are already at mid-Jounin level. He will know when she follows him, but don't let her know that ahead of time. Let her get the surprise of her life, with him letting her know. If anything, that will do more for her than anything else. She has always been too weak to be a Hyuga. Her insecurities would place her in the branch family. You think this would help her? With Naruto pulling the strings? I doubt it wouldn't. With him, nothing is certain, predetermined, fated, or destined. The impossible is nothing for him. It wasn't for one Kunoichi, whose marriage was kept secret as well. Who just so happened to have a child and told me the whole impossible becoming possible thing happens to be genetic. You are talking of the Crimson Death, Kushina Uzumaki, are you not? Hiashi asked, widening eyes all around the room. Correct, Hiashi. And why, pray tell, do you think I mention her? Because he is likely her son and you wish to let us know about that. Well, I must get you transferred to the Yamanaka clan, Hiashi. I will not be interrogated. Who said it was for interrogation? Sarutobi smirked, widening more eyes. To think Hitomi told me to watch out for him and make sure he is safe for no reason. Now that whole request on her deathbed makes sense. She knew he was her child. After all, it was her, Kushina, and Makoto Uchiha that trained under Tsunade's Senju. But I wonder if he inherited her temper. She always said that an angry Uzumaki is a dangerous being, on par with the Akimichi clan when pissed. He has never been mad before, now that I think about it. Chiaoza Akimichi said. And that's good for us. At the same time, bad as hell. Shikaku said, shocking others at his words. If he inherited her temper and he lost it, there would be no way in hell the one he is pissed off at will survive unless he is outmatched one-on-one with his opponent 10 times stronger than him. Everyone else paled at that, the civilians and elders more than the shinobi. Anyone who wronged him and he lost all sense of himself, they would all be dead. I say this for the benefit of all life, troublesome or not. Treat him with the respect he deserves, or he could turn on you and utterly annihilate you. If he doesn't, and I see it, I will do so myself." Hearing a threat from the Nara clan head, everyone was shocked. If they could get him into a fritz over something like this, they better not push their luck. "I don't think you want his father's true name to get out, so might I suggest me giving it?" "Come again?" Sarutobi asked, somewhat confused at the odd request. "He told me of an alias he used when on missions during his position. He did work with me often like that, after all." Wait, Inoichi started. "You mean Chauza?" continued. "Yeah. That's his father. Arashi Kazama is the alias that I know of, and it is highly likely of who it is. Considering they look so much alike, it's hard not for me to notice and make the connection," Shikaku stated, with a real name in his mind, so Inoichi could read it. Inoichi's face paled when he did though. Lord Hokage, everyone looked at the shaky Yamanaka and wondered what he found out. "That boy, I will have to talk to you later on this. It is not for the council to hear." "What? Did Shikaku to your wife, Inoichi?" a civilian joked. "Nah, he wouldn't do that. It would be too troublesome to do so," another added. "Laugh it up. And by the way, I have thought about it many times, but never acted on that thought," Shikaku admitted. "Any more insults I should counter?" "And blame you," Inoichi admitted. "She is a looker." "She is your looker. Not mine. I'm not stupid enough to go for something like that. I may be lazy, but I'm not stupid. And that's how it should be," Chauza stated. "Anything else to add? Such as people who have been acting differently since Naruto had left?" "I have the list, Lord Hokage," Tuchi Ichiraku said, speaking for the first time. "They all know that my stand is Naruto's favorite place to eat, since no one would serve him elsewhere. As such, they make it a point to come in every week for a certain meal, like clockwork. I know who they are and can give you the list. So you know, the majority of them are Kunoichi, or those this council has done wrong. Anko has actually come every 2 weeks because she prefers Dango and even said so to my face. The only reason I actually like her is because she comes for Naruto and always asks if I know how he is. My answer is always the same. Well, you should tell her next time you see her that he is just fine and training hard as he should. He has several teaching him, and some of those teaching him are also behind him when necessary. I am not allowed to use any form of tracking to find him if I actually could find him like that and watch his training. As such, I only have a general idea of his current skill set. He would already be ready to take the Chunin exams at this point and might pass, though that is debatable from what I know. He is already Genin level. And everything. Once he returns, he is likely to go back to the academy and graduate with those his age. Aside from that, nothing is known about his training, nor am I aware of how he gets it done with low resources," Sarutobi admitted. Anzu was silent, but those that knew him saw that he was in thought. "I must find a way to turn the Jinchuriki into a weapon, but with those backing him, they will notice immediately. Then there's the fact I have no idea where he is at, as all traces of him have disappeared in the past few months. And with Kakashi training him, that's it. Lord Hokage, would it be possible?" "No, Danzu, Kakashi is not allowed to report his training. Only his level when they return." Sarutobi interrupted him, causing a grunt. "How Naruto saw that coming is beyond me." "And Jiraiya? It's not possible for him to get there himself. They are training in a pocket dimension, the likes of which can only be accessed in certain ways, under certain conditions. I'm not even aware of where the supposed entrance is. Any other questions?" "Not at the moment," Danzu replied. "Damn it. It's like he's got a counter for every question that I come up with." Though his face was calm, his thoughts definitely were not. "I wonder when they are going to ask about." "Lord Hokage, what about the other Jinchuriki?" a pink-haired woman, Haruka Haruno, asked. Unlike most civilians, she was indifferent towards Naruto. "I'm sure that the two of them together could very well become a disaster if provoked." "And there it is," Sarutobi thought before sighing. "Two Jinchuriki may be more dangerous if provoked, but if not provoked, they can become a better team than the Ino Shikacho trio at their best, as they can perform feats far beyond most." It was at this point a bright light appeared in the room, but no definite shape. The Anbu were now in the area, in between Sarutobi and the light. "Here's in Sarutobi. I have come to make my presence and help known," the light said in his mind. "Anbu, stand down," Sarutobi ordered. "But sir." "Who's I say?" Sarutobi ordered again. They did so and got behind him, but their guard was not lowered. "It is good that they listened, if only to an extent," the light said. "I am one of those backing Naruto Uzumaki." "Wait, what?" Sarutobi shouted, shocked. "Why are you here already?" His voice was now cold and his face hardened. "I am only here to make sure the warning is delivered to your idiotic council. Along with a few other things, but that's about it." This was heard in everyone's ears, which prompted everyone but Sarutobi and Inoichi to look around for a bit. "Alright, who are you, and why do you have no true form?" Inoichi asked, more like demanded. Inoichi Yamanaka. "I am under the impression you know of my charge, Naruto Uzumaki." "Is that so? Then why are you here? Has our warning been delivered to this, currently, piece of shit council? That's what you're here for? The warning?" Inoichi raised an eyebrow. "I don't believe you. Did not think you would, as I have another reason. I know the capabilities of the Juubi, as I saw them firsthand. My name is Arceus." "So, Arceus, why do you bother to bring up the Juubi?" The thing is only Inoichi was cut off by a hand. "Inoichi, the Juubi is not likely to be a myth." Sarutobi then turned to the light. "Why do you bring up the Juubi?" "Because there is someone trying to reform the Juubi. You should know that Naruto will make a choice one day. That choice will either destroy this world or bring peace for centuries. He will need to be prepared for that. And we are doing so our way. Note that by the end of his training, along with the Nibi Jinchuriki and Kakashi Haddock, will be trained to be able to fight like an Inuzuka or any other ninja and will not rely on either one," Arceus told them. "How do we know you're the real deal?" Danzu asked. "Give us the name of the Nibi Jinchuriki and we might believe you." "Why should I, when you yourself don't even know?" Arceus countered. "And before you say that I shouldn't know whether or not you do, you have a mirror in your office. That, along with one of my friends and a little something else, is how I know." "How could a mirror be such a window of information?" Danzu asked. "It's not. For you, it isn't. For my son, on the other hand, who has let me know of Naruto's childhood in the first place, it is. Do not underestimate our power or you will be destroyed if we do attack," Arceus said. "And Danzu, you are the first to go. And don't bother with those Sharingan in your arm or your right eye." Danzu paled. "You think I'd call you out without knowing who you are and what you're capable of? You're the Warhawk. You figure it out." No one could see it, but Inoichi could feel the smirk emanating from Arceus. "You had enough torturing him yet?" "I wish," Arceus replied. "In any case, I'm done here. Remember the warning, as it is entirely real and I will be here myself in that event. Only one has ever defeated me and right now, only one other is alive that has that potential. And before you say anything Danzu, the only way he can defeat me is not something you'd allow if you trained him yourself. So fuck off, you damn Warhawk." The light vanished immediately. Everyone looked at the spot in shock. The toad was still there. Sarutobi, he was not joking in the slightest. "If he's backing Naruto well, I think the Toad Elders would be better for that kind of information, as they actually know of Arceus himself. Ask your summon elders about him. They should know." Again?" Sarutobi asked. "In any case, I'm out," the toad said. "Later." Smoke, and it vanished. Everyone looked at Sarutobi and the confused look on his face, then they turned to Danzu, who looked equally confused. The two looked at each other, eyes meeting for a full 30 seconds before they both got up and left in a shunshin. Danzu and Sarutobi met up at a secret clearing in an unknown location. "Alright, this is far too dangerous for anyone involved," Danzu said, his voice anything but calm. "For once, you and I are in agreement," Sarutobi admitted. You could practically see the intent oozing from the light, which I believe wasn't even 1% of his strength. "You're right, it wasn't," Danzu said. In any case, what he said before he left. "Emotions make you weak as they are what gets you killed on the battlefield. And that is where your logic is flawed, Danzu," Sarutobi stated. "However, I believe we can come to a compromise." "I'm listening," Danzu said. "You say emotions are what makes shinobi weak. However, without emotion there would be no future. If they don't show emotions on the battlefield, then they will be strong in your opinion, correct?" "No, emotions in general are weak. Once again, it's that same mindset that did not earn you the title of Hokage," Sarutobi stated. "It's also the reason Orochimaru didn't gain the title of Yondaime, either. One must be able to show emotion where needed, which is at home, but not let it affect them on the battlefield, which is where it would likely get you killed. There is only one person alive where this unspoken rule does not apply." Again. "Naruto Uzumaki is that one. Any true Uzumaki can do more than most, even achieving the impossible is a simple feat for them. If one can control their emotions, which Naruto will likely be able to do, they can be normal at home and near ruthless in battle. I am the same way, which is another reason I became the Sandaime in the first place." Danzu stood there and thought. This was something that just didn't make sense in his mind, no matter how he looked at it. "Not everything is black and white as you see it, Danzu. In fact, in life there is no true black or true white. Everything is a matter of perspective," Sarutobi said, catching Danzu in his musings. "Emotions, like anything else, is nothing more than a tool that can be deadly if used properly and kept under control." Similar to an Akimichi, and Uzumaki can turn their pure anger into chakra for them to use. It's a well-known fact that adrenaline kicks in when anyone is angry, but the case with an Uzumaki is different. It's not adrenaline, but a chakra surge. Their chakra levels tend to triple when pissed off to insane levels. The only ones that tend to lose themselves like that are the Jinchuriki, but there are only 3 recorded Uzumaki Jinchuriki, all of which held the Kyuubi. Danzu looked at Sarutobi strangely. Mido Senju is actually an Uzumaki by blood and happens to be the first recorded Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. Kushina Uzumaki is the second and was transferred from Mido just before her death. It was extracted from Kushina right after birth, which is when Naruto had gotten the Kyuubi. Out of all 3 seals, Naruto has the strongest and most efficient. And there is one thing I'd actually like your help with. This raised an eyebrow from Danzu. Oh? We work together on improving our newer ninja by these same ideals regarding emotions. Sarutobi stated. While in the academy, we will weed out the more useless or those not dedicated, though checkups, so to speak. Evaluate them after certain periods of time? Danzu asked, starting to like the idea. Correct. If they do not show enough improvement, they can be easily dropped out of the program. Also, most ninja are in the academy for 3 years. We should extend it a bit. 4 or 5 years, with the last 2 years having the evaluations every 2 or 3 months. Where do you think you could get the staff for that? Danzu ended up asking. There is only one place I can think of, and that's why you're being involved in this as well. Sarutobi stated, his voice even. The more veteran shinobi en route can take place in the academy and teach them the way a ninja should be, not by your definition alone, but the one we at least half agreed on here. If they are not serious about their ninja career, then they will be dropped. Fangirls are out, no questions on that. The only way a fangirl would stay in is if they don't let it get in the way of their training. You know they're always the first to go down on the battlefield. Ain't that the truth? Danzu said. Alright, here's the deal. I let my more experienced yet older shinobi en route, which you and I both know is still active, teach these values in the academy. Standard evaluations that are mandatory instead of the last 2 years, everything after the first 2 years, and at the beginning of every semester. If they do not show enough improvement, they will be given one chance. After that, they're out. Starting the 3rd year, they will be allowed specialized classes, such as Fuinjutsu, Kinjutsu, and the like. However, I don't have many in Fuinjutsu, regardless of the seals I have in the ranks. Those seals are technically mine and mine alone. Aside from Jiraiya, there are no true seal masters, so Fuinjutsu is something we are lacking in. Ah, but that is where you are wrong. If we turn to the retired shinobi, I can think of 3 or 4 that can handle the job. Sarutobi replied, earning a nod from Danzu. However, in order to bring in one specialty, we need one person here. Tsunade Senju. She won't come back. It doesn't matter how much anyone says otherwise. Danzu replied. I have a way to bring her back. She was familiar with Kushina herself, and there's only one person that would know enough about her to bring her back. No, he must continue his training. Danzu said, sternly. There is no way anything like that can be good for this. Let him think about the how. It's best left that way. I'm also thinking about something that most would never forgive me for doing. Do tell. Danzu said, interested in an idea that no one would like him to do. Ever wondered how Naruto can be so good at pranking, yet so horrible at anything else regarding strategy? It appears as though wait, I take that back. I do see where you're going with this. Turn him loose on the village with a prank run and get him to come back with the defensive weak points. Bingo. If anyone can get into the Hyuga compound, set a trap, and get out before being noticed, then they are obviously good. Yet no one had ever seen that in him, but me, and maybe some of the Nara. I'd be calling him into my office every now and then at random intervals and turn him loose the next day. The Anbu will not be chasing him, as it is a mission that will be recorded as classified. I have a better idea. Let it be a test for new Anbu. First one to catch him, gets in. He frequently outran Jounin with ease. Keep the Anbu in shape. And increase the security of the village. Sarutobi finished. Talk about using skills to their peak. But the demon king of pranks. Sarutobi looked at Danzu. That's what they've called him. Even Root know to be afraid of his pranks. It fits with their view of him and is probably a title he would respect. I am aware of what he can do in that regard, and that is something that they didn't just label him with. He has earned that one, a lot more than just demon brat, which I see as both faulty and idiotic. Sarutobi stood there for a moment and nodded. He might not like it, but that is something he has earned. If there was anyone in the village that has earned a title such as that, it is him, as his mother before him could have, had she turned all her pranking skill on the village. When it came to search and destroy during the war, whenever she took one, she went solo and always got through it unscathed. The premise is the same in each instance. Get in, set a trap of sorts, get out, activated. And if he can do that, we can have him do more for the village and then he gets paid for it. Danzu continued. He does what he loves. And loves what he does. Sarutobi continued for him. I might even have him go through and completely redesign the village defenses. Free reign, as long as it's dangerous to those who would dare trigger it. Agreed. Danzu replied. You think we should let him teach a trap-making class? Why the hell not? Sarutobi replied with a smirk. Danzu matched the smirk with his own before holding out his hand. Sarutobi took it and they shook. We are such geniuses. They said simultaneously, the smirks never leaving their face. Quick question. Danzu stated. Think we should drop the whole rival act? Back to the time when we worked together flawlessly. You know it. Danzu replied. We may not get along that much, but when push comes to shove. We're nearly unstoppable. Sarutobi finished for him as they went for the high five. By the way, why did Arceus mention the Sharingan? The operation itself was supposed to be a secret but it combined some of Orochimaru's work with Kakashi's implant. I've got 10 Sharingan. 9 in the arm, 1 as an eye. Anything else you've been hiding from everyone? How about a seal that Minato came up with that takes off up to half of your age when released? Sarutobi asked. That good enough for you? Very much so. Danzu replied. You keep the Sharingan a secret, I'll keep that seal a secret. Deal? Deal. They shook again. Chapter 3. Naruto, Kakashi, and a young blonde female were meditating with a Luxray, Lucario, Ninetales, and a Persian. It has been a full year since they had all met up and got to know each other. Flashback. Naruto had appeared at the temple. Rei, Jiraiya, and a young blonde girl was right there when he did. So, I take it you're the Nibi Jinchuriki? He asked, earning a wary look from the girl. Relax, you don't need to hate me. Not yet at least. Why should I trust you? The girl asked. Name's Naruto Uzumaki. He replied, earning wide eyes from her. I happen to be the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, so you know. Why are you here? To see if you want to come with me on my training trip. Naruto admitted. We are like kindred spirits, both being Jinchuriki, after all. Why should I believe this? The girl asked, looking directly into his eyes. Big mistake. The moment Naruto's eyes went from the usual blue to a blood red with black slits, the girl fell to her knees, panting. She dropped her head and looked back at him. Now do you see? How? She asked, earning a raised eyebrow. How are you even sane? Never truly let it get to me. Naruto replied. That's about all I can really say, to be honest. And the ramen addiction? You should be able to answer that from what you saw easily. Naruto replied, earning a nod from the girl, who got up and extended a hand. Yujito Nai. Jinchuriki of the Nibi no Bakaneko. Naruto grasped the hand. I knew you were a Jinchuriki. That's why I gave the offer of you coming with me instead of going directly to the village. And after what you just showed me, the hell I want to go directly there. I'd much rather see how you think myself before I go there. I'd need all the help I can get. I'm going with you. Jiraiya and Rei looked at each other with confused faces. A silent conversation went on between them. Jiraiya. Any idea how he did it? Rei. Not a clue. Think he could do so with other Jinchuriki? Jiraiya. I don't know. I don't think we want to find out either. Rei. Agreed. Yujito looked at Rei. I'm going with him. If anything he needs a friend. A lot more than I did. One that isn't one of his Pokemon. I figured you'd say that. Naruto admitted. Why else would I show you my life? You're getting one as well. Yujito's eyes widened. I am? Yup. Already picked out too. Should go great with your Biju. Naruto said, earning a smile from Yujito. Alright, let's go. Naruto took her hand and teleported out of there, shocking Jiraiya and Rei. Did he just? Yes, Jiraiya, I think he did. Rei answered. Well, let's get you to the village. He said before a toad popped up in front of him. Jiraiya, the toad elders wish to speak to you the first moment you can. Alright, let me get Rei here back to Konohagakure and then I'll go. Jiraiya replied. No peeking. Please, if Tsunade were around and I don't have any idea where she is at the moment, then she'd kill me. I may have been considered an idiot, but I'm not stupid enough to go that far. Jiraiya admitted. Rei was wary of her surroundings, but didn't catch him peeking once. Flashback end. Yujito opened her eyes, Naruto opening them next. They looked at each other and nodded before getting up. Luke noticed this and got up himself. What's up, Naruto? Kyuubi thinks we're ready. Naruto replied. He has watched Yugi-chan's progress as well and thinks she is ready as well. Nibi doesn't think so. Yujito replied. She really thinks I need to do something I'd truly regret before we went back. She's being horny again, isn't she? Naruto asked, earning a nod and a blush from the girl. Well, I think that's just who she is. If that's the case, I really wish she didn't get like that on purpose. Yujito admitted. It's annoying and I can't seem to stop her comments like that. Yeah, I don't get anything like that. And Pharaoh doesn't seem to like it either. Tell me about it. Yujito replied. Kakashi opened his lone eye. The Luxray opened his eyes as well. So, he thinks you're ready to go back. Naruto nodded. The Ninetales, Kitsune, and Persian, Pharaoh, opened their eyes. I think if we go back, we should make what I call a big entrance, Naruto replied, earning a mischievous grin from Yujito and an unnoticeable smirk from Kakashi, though you did see the eye smile. What do you have in mind? Yujito asked, knowing this was going to hit them hard in their pride. Well, I have a few ideas, but I think I've settled on one. Naruto said, earning curious glances from everyone. He then explained it all and got nods from them both, even the Pokemon nodded in agreement. Think I went a little overboard? Naruto asked. Oh no. That's bound to be suitable. Yujito replied. I'm in agreement with her as well. In fact, I think it could be a little better. Kakashi admitted. Oh, I know it could be bigger, but that would be harder to hide. Naruto admitted. Let's just say I could prepare it and then we head through ourselves. Kakashi and Yujito saw the reasoning. Agreed. They replied, Kakashi first, then Yujito. Naruto made 30 shadow clones and sent them through the portal. On Hagakure. In the village it was calm. Then, out of the blue, there were several explosions, mainly of smoke. They ranged all across the village and sent the entire village into a panic. Sarutobi called Danzu to his office. You really think he'd do this when he returned? Danzu asked. I wouldn't put it past him. He always liked big entrances. Make sure to scramble the Anbu. Their main priority is to calm down the villagers. Kuma, Nico. Two Anbu appeared. Find Naruto Uzumaki and Kakashi Haddock. They should be back in the village somewhere. Yes, sir. Within 20 minutes they found what looked like Naruto, but the moment he was caught he revealed himself to be a shadow clone. Then a voice appeared behind them. Never underestimate a prankster. They turned around and he went poof. Hokage Monument. A blonde with two pigtails and a green jacket that looked to be maybe 25 years old was standing on top on the monument. There was another female standing right next to her with black hair, black and white robes, holding a pig wearing a pearl necklace. What the hell? Why does the pig have the pearls? I never understood this. The blonde whistled. You know, Shizune, he was right. She said. I am enjoying this immensely. Why is that, Lady Tsunade? The black-haired girl, Shizune, asked. Well, it shows how lacking they are in skill. I mean, come on. What kind of kid, who hasn't even been to the academy even, should be able to outrun Anbu? Hell, it seems as if he's making it seem like a joke. The blonde, Tsunade, replied. I'm actually wondering that myself. Especially since he just got back after a few years worth of secret training. Far as I know, people tend to forget things like location after a while. Shizune admitted. Which begs the question. How does he do it? I could tell you myself, you know. A voice said right behind them, putting them on guard. It was Naruto. After all, the best person to ask is the one orchestrating it all. Tsunade lightened up. And who would have thought you'd look like Minato? No one, apparently. Naruto admitting it. In any case, I could never forget the streets I was chased. I know this village better than my own mind. Though, for anyone who knows me personally, which there is no one, they'd know the first thing I do is play with them a bit, then get into the forest and lose them completely. You won't believe how good I am. And what about that strange Vulpix? Tsunade asked, surprising Shizune. Last I heard, they were all gone. What are you talking about, Lady Tsunade? Shizune asked. It was a treasure of the Uzumaki clan. That's why you didn't find any until recently. They've left only for them to return with my discovery a few years back. It's a who knew situation, you know. Naruto told them. Damn, that leaves 12 shadow clones left. Shadow clones. They're actually trying to find out which shadow clone is real. They don't even realize that not even I'm the real Naruto. He admitted, shocking the two. I was basically asked to find you, Tsunade. Make sure you were watching the fireworks. Oh, I am. And I'm enjoying it immensely. Tsunade told him. One question. How did you get a Vulpix to find me? Small description from Jiraiya, personality type, even breast size, which I think you should kick his ass for even knowing, much less bothering to tell. Naruto saw the tick mark. And now you know why I think you should kick his ass. He shouldn't know that kind of information in the first place. Shizune was scared of Tsunade's emotional state. But then she started laughing. Oh my god, you and I are so going to get along. Well, I still need help in control, so if you can help there, I'd appreciate it. Naruto admitted. Other than that, poisons is the only thing I'm likely to use, to be honest. That wouldn't be much of a problem. It is when you consider the fact I know and have mastered the water walking technique. I actually need it for a place I would go to be alone or with a friend. Naruto admitted. Anyway, as for the Vulpix, that was actually a summon made by Mutuo. He had made clones of every Pokémon, and with the help of Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, and even Deoxys, I had a summoning contract set. That Vulpix was a summon, even though I have its evolved form and a Lucario, named Kitsune and Luke respectively. There are only 2 that have signed it, to be honest. And I'm one of them. Probably got nothing on the slugs. As tempting as it is, I'm not going to take on that challenge. Especially since the only ones I can't summon regularly are those that have legendary status, as they don't have clones of them, though Mutuo is considered the boss of the contract, and that's his main duty when not asked to do something else by Arceus, who is kind of like his boss. Naruto admitted. Mutuo is about on par with a Juubi in threat level. That's all you truly need to know, aside from the fact his size means nothing for his skill. Please, whatever he could do it pales in comparison to Kitsayu. Tsunade argued. I'm not going to call him for this. Your slugs would fall under the poison type, as they tend to use poison-based attacks, correct? Also, they act similar to bugs. Tsunade raised an eyebrow and nodded. I can think of a few that can do just fine against them, and I wouldn't even need to go to the boss. The types work differently for Pokémon than they do for ninja. For example, with Chakra, earth beats water, right? Well, it's the opposite for a Pokémon. Pokémon attacks would correspond with the Chakra types based on their own type advantages. Meaning a flying-type Pokémon would be useless against someone that could use lightning or ice element jutsu, as those types are good against flying types. That's the only reference I'm giving you. Oh, and how does that correspond with this? Poison and bug are both types, as well. There are 16 types in all, to be honest, and most, if not all, have more than one type and can cancel out a type advantage. Naruto told her. Only myself and Yujito are fully aware of them, as we are the only ones that need to be. And you can't get her like I could. She knows not everyone is to be trusted until given due reason to, and even then it's debatable. Kakashi is only aware of the ones that he needs to know of. An Anbu landed in front of them, followed by 10 more. Naruto Uzumaki. He was panting. What? You thought it was this easy? Naruto smirked as he raised an eyebrow. News flash, your target isn't even in the village yet. He has yet to leave the portal, which I doubt you'd ever find with your normal minsets. He looked at Tsunade. We'll talk later. I look forward to showing you Luke, though not so much Kitsune. You should know why if you know of Vulpix and its evolution. After a nod, he went poof. Then Anbu groaned as one of them had a thought. Training ground 44. He suggested. Why would you suggest that? It's a place I wouldn't dare go unless I need to. He replied. I think it fits the bill. Tsunade raised an eyebrow, knowing that Naruto had ample time to get out of there. Fine, let's check it out. The Anbu all left in a shunshin. After 2 minutes Tsunade sighed. Get out here, Naruto. I know you're there. Shizune was surprised. Lady Tsunade, are you sure? He has a summoning contract with Pokémon. He could have gotten anywhere in 2 minutes from the Forest of Death, which is probably where the portal itself is. Tsunade told her. Though, it's likely closed right now. 3 moles appeared in a single hole. Trio. They went down, and out popped a sun-kissed blonde with blue eyes and whisker marks. I knew you weren't stupid, and you're right. That is where it's at. And this is just another shadow clone, isn't it? Tsunade asked, eyebrow still raised. And nothing seems to get past you. Head to right behind the Hokage Tower. Be there in 5 minutes. The boss will see you there. The clone replied. If I don't want to be found, no one, not even Hunter Ninja could find me. You expect the Anbu to in a place where I can set up something this large without being noticed. I see your point and searching for you is useless. Tsunade replied. What about Kakashi and that Yujito you mentioned? But the boss and 3 other clones. You can't find what you can't see. Our chakra isn't just hidden, it's gone. Almost as if it's erased. We can hide it easily and we don't keep it restricted to our body itself, but sort of a field. That way it's not easy for even an advanced sensor to pick you up. They still couldn't unless they realized that a human-shaped blank in the area is the same thing as a highly skilled shinobi. Even then, those that do are dumb. Naruto admitted. As you can see, I'm not. Hiding your true chakra while keeping your real body hidden in a small field. Tsunade replied. Genius, but one problem. They'll pick it up sooner or later. Naruto admitted. And by the way, the time limit started when I stated 5 minutes, so I suggest you get there quickly. Tsunade shunshined off, surprising Shizune. What did you do to convince her to come back? Remember the Vulpix I mentioned? Only people of a certain blood can ask them to do anything for them to listen. She was aware of this and I made it known that I had one. In fact, I can easily summon several, but I'm limited to summoning 3 of any Pokémon at any given point in time. meaning no more than 3 Vulpix or 3 Lucario. Though I can have 2 Vulpix and 2 Lucario, as that is not against the rules that were set. The clone left in smoke and Shizune jumped off. Hokage's office. Danzu and Sarutobi were watching out the windows. "Do you really think it's not him?" Sarutobi asked. "I mean, even after he hasn't been here for years, he still would know a place where he was beaten almost daily." "True as that is, I still have my doubts," Danzu admitted. "You guys talking about me?" Naruto asked, turning their heads to the door. If Danzu didn't believe I caused this, well, he's half right. It was 30 shadow clones that did, though they were of me. "Shadow clones, eh?" Sarutobi stated. "Kakashi, why did you teach him that jutsu?" "To be honest, I wasn't the only teacher and it happens to have been one known as Celebi. She came to us, not us to her. She was gone the moment he pulled it off." Sarutobi nodded, as did Danzu. "And his abilities?" Sarutobi asked. "I know better than to ask for specifics." "Okage-sama, that, I believe would be best left unsaid and better to show," Naruto told him, raising an eyebrow. "That is not to say it will all be revealed at once, as that would be suicide. Especially with at least 20% of my roster." "And why is this?" "I am starting this with a clean slate for the Uzumaki clan," Naruto told him. "I have gone through my clan training, as it could very well be called. Now, I am going for the academy and will graduate with my class." Danzu raised his visible eyebrow. "And why would you want that?" "My skills may or may not be beyond theirs, but I do not plan on showing more than I need to. Although," he pulled out a ball with red and white on it. "Come on out, Luke." He threw it up and a red light appeared, revealing a Lucario. "Why did you bring me out?" "Chaos is nearly over. Yujito-chan, on the other hand, seems to have gone missing. Think you can find her?" Naruto surprised Sarutobi and Danzu with his statement. Kakashi, on the other hand, seemed indifferent. "Of course," Luke replied before closing his eyes. "Sarutobi, is there a dango stand in that direction?" Luke pointed in a direction where Sarutobi knew that Anko would be, due to said dango stand. "Yes, there is." "That explains it." "Yes. Yes it does," Naruto replied. "Kakashi, remember our deal." "When would I possibly forget?" Kakashi replied, scratching his neck. "That is by far the most insane, yet oddly satisfying deal I've made since Icha Icha. Maybe even before that." "I know, but I can't help but make sure you do. It is a symbol of my trust, after all," Naruto said before glowing blue and fading into the wind. Kakashi sighed. "That kid is a little too much." "What kind of deal did you make with him?" Sarutobi asked. "This is not meant for anyone to know, as that was part of the deal. And this includes him," Kakashi replied, pointing at Danzu. "I'm sorry to say, he doesn't trust you one bit and any information on this deal cannot and will not be known by you until he does." "I only have one question before I go," Danzu stated calmly. "You said you already knew of the questions a year ago but would not state how you knew what everyone was going to ask. I will admit I first thought that it was because of your reputation, but after time, I could not see it. And I did say that I would tell you once Naruto got back." Sarutobi continued for him. "And by the way, you were outdone by an 8-year-old, not me." "You have got to be kidding me." "I'm afraid not," Kakashi told him. "With what little he knew of you, he wouldn't be able to form any decent questions that you would come up. However, he knew of the questions that are most likely to be asked and came up with answers that would offset any Cage. Or their rivals. You still got the pictures we asked for?" "They are currently in the Anbu HQ waiting for you," Sarutobi stated. "Thank you Lord Hokage." Danzu then exited the room and Sarutobi set up the privacy seals. "As for the deal, it was something that got me out of my own funk." "Oh? And what was this?" "If I bring him out, his name is Raito," Kakashi stated. "He is as fast as I am when I am using my Rakiri and there is no tunnel vision with him, nor is there any more for me." "Lightning sword, eh?" Sarutobi asked. At least that's what I intended for. Not sure if it's correct. And you have the Rakiri, Lightning Edge or Lightning Blade in dubbed version. In your arsenal. It would seem as though he is more like you than anyone else." "And you would not be far off, Hokage-sama," Kakashi admitted. "In fact, he is like me, only in another form. We have grown in the time we have been together. I have even quit Icha Icha and told Jiraiya himself not to worry about me when a new book comes out." He sighed. "In any case, knowledge of him is to be more of a familiar for me. Similar to the dog of an Inuzuka. He is with me now, to be honest. Yujito has one and Naruto has two. However, they have more in their stead, for they can summon any of 493 Pokemon, though some of them are off limits unless the situation calls for life or death for them or a war breaks out with them as the trophy." Only the 24 backing him are off limits to call unless that kind of situation is called, aside from Mutuo, which is only for a summoning battle. One more thing. Sarutobi raised an eyebrow. What would that be? The official story with Kitsune is that he is the opposite of the Kyuubi no Yoko. A pure version, while the one that attacked was corrupted. They are not the same, and he can bring out 3 others, along with Kitsune, who is more of a familiar, like Luke. They are platinum blonde foxes with 9 tails each. I have a word of warning. If they are attacked by anyone, regardless of health or status, they will strike to kill. And if Kitsune doesn't, Naruto and Luke will. They are family, Hokage-sama. It is best left alone. I understand and will make this known to the council. No. They are only to know not to attack, for their own safety. But Naruto and Luke had come up to the dango stand and saw Yujito arguing with a purple-haired Kunoichi. You got nothing on me. Anko yelled. Sis. Yujito. Naruto shouted, earning their attention, along with the other 3 girls around them. One of them, Naruto could tell was an Inuzuka. Another was calm, but obviously annoyed. Then there was the Genjutsu mistress and Konoha's ice queen, Kurina Yuuhi. Naruto. The purple-haired Kunoichi who was arguing with Yujito glumped him, to the surprise of Yujito and Luke. Luke then smirked, seeing what was going on, before the Naruto that was glumped went poof. Anko looked around after finding out that it wasn't to true him. Where are you, you blonde gaki? Oten. Headhunter Jutsu. A pair of hands grabbed her ankles and pulled her underground. You seem in over your head, sis. Naruto said, right in front of her. Next time, don't do that to me after 2 years of clan training. It won't do you any good. He smiled at her. Naru, you know her? Yeah, she's an outsider like us. Naruto admitted. By the way, did you notice the portal in your territory earlier? I was already informed about it a month ago. Anko admitted. Why couldn't I go through? Only me, Yugi-chan and Kakashi can go through. Kakashi? Kurenai asked. Why would he be able to? Same reason as Yugi-chan. I can go through because I have the blood for it. I'm also the last one with said blood. Naruto admitted before Anko got out of it. How did you manage to keep me like that for a while? Anko asked when she got out. It helps when I've got 2 tails in my control and can use it as a barrier. I didn't give off any noticeable chakra spike as well. Naruto admitted. I love pulling off the impossible. It's fun and I love the reactions when I prove them wrong. We going to do something else? Luke asked, turning their attention to him. Yeah, we just came to get Yugi-chan. Sorry, sis. We gotta get going. What? But you know I love dango. Yujito whined. And you know that I can make it from scratch. I had to practice with her. Naruto jabbed a thumb at Anko. She's the resident dango nut. I'm the resident ramen nut. I can make either one with ease from scratch. You never told me that. Anko said, dangerously. Do you really think I'd buy the dango I get for you? Naruto asked. No, any dango you get from me is actually homemade. You never asked where I got it, either. Anko scratched her head in a very Naruto-like fashion. Yes, sorry. No worries. You didn't know. One question. Is it really the best dango you ever tasted? Yeah, it beats out these guys any day. I was wondering why I could never find it anywhere though. Probably should have asked. Anko admitted. So, she can actually be trusted? Yujito asked, unsure. To an extent, yeah. Naruto admitted. Some things are better left unsaid, but for the most part, yeah, she can. As long as you don't get between her and her dango, you're safe. Bringing out the Snover and Sneasel for their ice shard attack have nothing on her with her Senbon, if I remember correctly. Which reminds me. Mind if I go for it again? You really are a stickler for pain, aren't you? Just seeing my progress. Naruto admitted. Among other things. Yeah, I'm curious as to her aim as well. Yujito told him telepathically. One at a time, Yugi-chan. Don't show off Pharaoh, though. And remember what we were taught. Naruto told her. I know, already. Quit bugging me about it. I only bug you about it because you would forget after a while. That is something we can't forget for any reason. He is right, kitten. Remind me again why you haven't done anything. Nibi, you should already know the answer to that question. Naruto scolded. And not a word on this, Kyuubi. Like I'd actually say anything on it. Not my cup of tea, you know. Oh, come off it. You know you want them to do it as much as I do. Nibi argued. At least I know they don't want to and will leave them alone with it, that is, unless they get to 15, are still together and haven't done a thing. Then, I'd be worried. Oh? And what about you wanting to mate with me all those years ago? That was fucking joke. At least I know he's not ready mentally for that kind of shit. As much as you hate it, you know she isn't, either. Kyuubi retorted. Naruto and Yujito looked at each other and cut them out. They shrugged. 44. Southwest. Naruto said, earning surprise from Kurenai and the two other girls. A grin was on Anko's face though. Fine by me. They all jumped off, the three girls surprised but going after them. Wait. You didn't pay for that. The owner shouted before Luke pointed at the table, showing the money. The owner looked at it. How did they? Naruto has experience with paying and no one noticing. He usually does so at Ichiraku's. If anyone else knows his secret, it's them. Luke told him telepathically before jumping off. Forest of Death, Southwest Quadrant. Anko, Naruto, and Yujito were in a clearing, Kurenai, and the two others in the branches surrounding it. Luke jumped into the clearing and ended up right next to Naruto. Hey Luke. About time you joined us. The only reason I stayed behind was because he called out to them for not paying. What? But I could have sworn I paid for them. Naruto replied, a little surprised. And I showed him that you did, but not even I know how. That is a secret to me and me alone. I only use it at Ichiraku's because they are the only place that doesn't care about what I am. Ango's stand is open if you want. They know I've been going to Ichiraku's because I'm worried about you. Anko admitted. They openly stated they'd welcome you if you came. Thanks, I guess. Naruto replied. Oh. Did you know I went to Suna and fixed a seal? Seriously, they call that Fuinjutsu. What are you talking about? I don't see the problem with the lack of skill. Yujito admitted. Only he did. The reason I was so ticked off is because he couldn't sleep because he held the Ichibi. Seriously, they gave him a severely faulty seal for what he had. Naruto was obviously frustrated. They're lucky I fixed it without them knowing. I should raise it to the ground for the amount and severity of the faults. Yujito put a hand on his shoulder. Calm down. You know what happens when you lose it, she said in a calming voice. Naruto visibly calmed down. Thanks Yugi-chan. Naruto told her after a bit. Here to help. You know that. Yujito told him and he smiled in return. Kurenai was surprised she could calm him down. How did she manage to do that so easily? I have no idea. The Inuzuka replied. What about you, Yugao? She knows how he thinks. Maybe even what he fears, Hana. I wouldn't put it past her to know about his burden. The purple-haired girl replied. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, we don't even know if he knows about it yet. Hana retorted. Naruto looked at her directly. You think I can't hear you from down here? Yujito looked at them as well. We both can, though he's better than I am, due to his affinity. And yes, I actually do know, as does he. But we're all surprised. How did they hear us? How do you think I managed to outwit Anbu? Even if I knew the village as good as them, I wouldn't do any good if I wasn't able to keep track of them. My hearing is on par with an Inuzuka's nose without adding chakra to it or using my affinity. My nose is not as powerful, but I can still sniff them out better than most. Naruto retorted. Of course I could hear you with nothing else going on. He tilted his head to avoid a senbon. Time to start. No, that was to get your attention. Anko retorted. And now that I have it, I'm not losing it. She threw several more at him and he dodged somewhat lazily. Yujito jumped to the other spectators, as did Luke. How did he truly hear us? Yugao asked her. We told you the basic and simplified version. The only reason I could is because I'm a Jinchuriki, like he is. Yujito admitted. We're close and his life was worse than mine. Being in Kumo, where the Jinchuriki can learn to gain full control over their Bijuu, I let him know that getting pissed will draw on it unconsciously. The whole Fuinjutsu thing is probably an Uzumaki pride sort of thing. That's probably why I don't see it as big of a problem as he does. He's in Uzumaki. Nuff said. His mother's identity was revealed to the world, but it begs the question of his father. Hana admitted. I mean, I think I know who it is, but no one truly knows. I have a pretty good idea, as I know that Kushina had a boyfriend, but as far as I know, they never married. Kurenai admitted. What's your guess? Our yandame. Kurenai said, earning surprise from the others. Oddly enough, Yujito had a grin on her face. What's with that grin? Oh nothing. Just don't say who you think it is in public. Yujito replied, earning surprise from Yugao, who figured out the underlying message. You're kidding me. She said, earning the looks from Hana and Kurenai. Yujito, on the other hand, giggled. You wish it weren't, don't you? Yugao sighed. I can't say I didn't think it was possible. I thought I was deluding myself by thinking that. You weren't aware she had a boyfriend, did you? Kurenai asked, earning a shake of the head. Am I the only one among the cold queens that knew? I think Anko knew. More than any of us. Hana admitted. It's either that or she found a kindred spirit in him. We all know that she's an outcast in the village. That's why she likes it here. People don't enter for no reason. Hell, unless they have to they don't. I'm fully aware of this forest. Yujito admitted. Yet, I'm not scared of it at all. In fact, I'm actually glad to be here and so is he. We'd live here if we could. Meanwhile, Naruto was dodging Senbin and Kunai as they come at him en masse. Anko already knows that he knows the shadow clone jutsu, but was wondering why he hadn't used it yet. What's wrong, Brad? Why aren't you using all your means to escape? Mainly because this is more for reflexes than all-out avoiding. Naruto stopped for a second, only to find several kunai, senbin and shuriken heading his way from multiple directions. Can't dodge them all. Oh well. He disappeared in a quick glow, resulting in a bunch of clangs within a second. Everyone but Yujito gaped at that. Anko was surprised. So much so, she didn't see the kunai coming at her until it scraped her cheek. Your surprise got to you, sis. Naruto said from a tree branch. Hey Naruto. Did you have to pull that? With no way out and I didn't have time for Kawarimi, that was the last option. Naruto admitted. And since I could see where I was going, all conditions were met. Yujito sighed. Yeah. I know. Naruto was instantly in front of her. What's the matter? You wondering why I could get teleport down before you did? Yujito blushed at the closeness. No, I'm not. You knew it before I met you. I know that. But in all honesty, that was more of a mixed-up version. I modeled it after my father's jutsu to learn it. After about a month, I got it down with a shuriken, but it's still easier with the shuriken. It's how I learned. Naruto admitted. Seriously though, why do you blush like that? I mean, you've seen parts of me no one else should see. That was an accident. Yujito loudly claimed. I know, but that resulted in staring, in which your towel fell. Naruto said, blushing and turning his head. That was unexpected. Be what? Kurenai shouted. Yujito glared at her with the eyes of the Nibi. Don't say a word. She backed off and nodded. Yujito then turned back to Naruto. You know I liked what I saw and I know you did too. Naruto still wouldn't meet her eyes. I know it's just something I shouldn't have seen for a while, even now. That's not something I'm proud of, regardless of whether I liked it or not. She grabbed his chin and pulled his face to hers. And you should realize that I don't care. Besides, what about that original jutsu of yours? What original jutsu? Anko asked, right next to them. You really think I should show them? I mean, sure it was a good mimic, but still, that's not a good thing around them. It's mainly to use against perverts. Naruto admitted. Not that one. Yujito shouted, blushing. I mean the one we could both use without that little detail. Oh, the beast mode? Naruto asked, earning a nod. That one may have a few problems. Remember the fox isn't really liked around here. And you do realize it won't allow you to take more than you control, right? Yujito asked. I've got near full control of mine, but you only have up to 2 tails. It won't give you more than that. Naruto sighed. If you're willing to be cuddled to death by Kurenai, Hana or maybe even Yuigao, then you go ahead and do yours. Personally, I'd rather avoid the cute glomp, as I call it. It's worse than Anko's long time, no see glomp. No offense. None taken. Anko replied. And you know I don't do that. That's why I didn't put your name on those that might. Naruto admitted. You're not exactly fond of that kind of stuff and we shouldn't show that off at any given point in time, Yugi-chan. Yujito huffed. Fine. But I'm showing Anko later. Preferably without them around. Naruto replied. No offense, girls, but I would not appreciate it if you glumped her to death because of it. I'll admit even I almost fell for the cuteness. Oh really? Yujito raised an eyebrow. I seem to remember something quite different when I first did it. Naruto flinched at that. It wasn't the wording, but the tone. It was a little too seductive for his tastes. What do you mean? He asked, his voice close to wavering, though not noticeable to anyone but Anko and Yujito. I think you know what I mean. Yujito cooed. If not, I think I'll have to show you again. Naruto was losing the battle with his will. Ah, no thanks. Please. Yujito whined, tears threatening to flow. Naruto caved in the moment he saw them. I hate it when she does that. You and me both, Kit. Naruto was covered in a bright light for a second and was replaced with a 2-tailed orange fox. Happy? The fox asked Yujito, who grinned and glowed just like Naruto did before and ending up as a cat with purple fur and 1 tail. Now I am. She said, starting to cuddle with the fox as a cat. Naruto couldn't help but like the feeling and cuddled with her as well. Kurenai was resisting the urge to squeal like a little girl at the sight but was quickly losing the battle of will. That is, until Anko appeared next to her, bearing several kunai and senbin. Her whole pose said one thing. Do something and you will regret it. She even glared at Kurenai, which snapped her out of it, scared at the face she was giving off. She could almost see her Orochimaru floating behind Anko, which scared her even more. She didn't even realize it was a Jinjutsu. Hana, on the other hand, saw it as well and tried to get rid of it, with no luck. Kurenai noticed this and that Yuigao and Hana repeatedly tried to dispel it. She joined in too, thinking they were right. Why are you trying to dispel a genjutsu when there isn't even one? Anko asked, confused. It was at this point the image of Orochimaru faded. Kurenai paled at the only thought that came to her. Another version of the sunset genjutsu. When did she pick IT up? Anko noticed the look. Okay, Kurenai. What's up? Why are you pale as a sheet? Was it my glare? She shook her head. My pose. Another no. The weapons. No. Then what? You mean you didn't cause the genjutsu we couldn't dispel? What the hell are you talking about? Anko asked, annoyed. I didn't use a genjutsu. Then what about the Hana started before her hand was covered by Kurenai, who whispered in her ear. Don't mention what it was. It's the equivalent of Gai's sunset genjutsu. I can't even break that one. The less she knows about it, the better. I heard that, you know. Fox Naruto said, earning their attention. What's Gai's sunset genjutsu? And why is it so bad? Anko's face grew a huge grin. So that's what you were doing, huh? And it looks like I found out exactly how to do it my way. Sis. Naruto, I will only say this once. If you see a man in green spandex, giant bushy eyebrows, and a bowl-cut hairstyle, do not, under any circumstances, do anything with him. This includes talking. Anko said. He has a genjutsu that no one, not even a cage, or a demon, for that matter, could break. Now, I wonder what would happen if he used it against a Kyuubi. I would run at the sight of it, unlike your mother, who'd probably maim him if your father weren't there. Kyuubi told Naruto. I'm not going into that. Naruto replied, before turning to Yujito, who was still a cat. Let's take our business elsewhere, Yugi-chan. Agreed. They grabbed each other's paws and teleported out. The others just looked at the spot they were at. Where did they go? Kurenai asked. In that form? I have no idea. Anko admitted. It opens up a wide range of ideas, especially regarding hiding spots. This is a whole new ballgame that frankly, I'm not suited for. The other three nodded, but Hana pouted. I didn't get to pet them. That was what I didn't want. Anko told them, causing realization to dawn Kurenai's face. And that's probably why I managed to pull off a variant of Gai's sunset genjutsu. Did someone call youthfulness incarnate? A male shouted. The girls looked at him, three in disgust, Anko with a smirk. Good timing, Guy. Anko said, earning his attention, who met her eyes once and then was distracted by Orochimaru's figure behind her, with darkness enveloping him. I was shocked and immediately released the second gate to dispel the illusion, but it didn't work. When he found that out, he wasn't afraid anymore. In fact, he smiled with his gleaming teeth. Nice variant of my original genjutsu, Anko. Such youthfulness. Might I ask how you pulled it off? An action that was bound to piss me off was coming, so I tried to prevent it. Didn't realize it until after the fact. Anko smirked. And now that I know how I can do it, I just need to be able to bring it out at will. I cocked his head. Unyouthfulness gave you access to one of my prized techniques. I am most confused. I was too. Different way to use them, for different purpose, maybe. Anko suggested, crossing her arms. Luke was watching this with confusion. Anko, I saw that illusion of the man behind you, however, I broke out of it easily and with no effort. You're kidding me? Kurenai shouted, getting right up in his face. How did you do it? It was nothing compared to some of the things I can do. However, I don't use chakra. That could be your problem. What I use is aura, and for you, it is like pure spiritual energy. Luke replied. This caused confusion on Kurenai's face, and then it dawned on her. Damn it. I'll never get out of it. Luke gave his impression of a grin and then spoke telepathically to Anko and Guy alone. In all honesty, though it wasn't hard to break out of, Kitsune wouldn't be able to. I'm not called an aura dog for no reason, you know. Luke saw them nod and he phased out using agility. They all looked at where Luke was and blinked. He's fast. Anko admitted. Yosh. And I shall top him. And if I can't, I will run 500 laps around the village on my fingers. And if I can't do that, he faltered when he saw Anko's deadly snake bastard genjutsu. An. New name and describes her version almost perfectly. You were saying? Anko asked, almost sadistically. Guy shook his head and ran off. Anko's near scowl turned into a smirk. And that's how you get rid of the power of youth speech. Kurenai, Yuigao, and Hana were scared and in awe at the same time, though none of them could show it easily, so they just shared a confused look at their own predicament. Kurenai shrugged. Well, I'm out. I think people should know there is someone that scared Guy out of his power of youth speech. She shunshed off. Hana and Yuigao shrugged. I guess we'll help spread the word. They left. Anko blinked a few times and smirked. I love it when I get the crazy ones to stop, even if only for a little bit. Elsewhere. There was a fox and a cat making out in small cave with one entrance. The cave seemed entirely too big for the two animals. They stopped for a bit and looked into each other's eyes. I think that's enough for now, Yugi-chan. Aw, come on, Naru-kun. The cat whined. We can't do this all the time, so why not enjoy every chance we get? Mainly because we can lose anyone quickly, change, and then teleport. This is always a good hiding spot for a while. People have forgotten there were any foxholes around here. There are at least 70. The fox replied. If it makes you feel any better, I'm not exactly happy to say this. I actually like being alone with you. However. What? What's wrong with me? The cat, Yujito, looked about ready to cry. Please, not that. And it's not you. Naruto, the fox, looked at the entrance. If you're going to spy on us, at least hide your aura, Luke. This caught Yujito's attention and looked towards the entrance. What? I can't spend time with you? Luke countered. That wasn't the problem, Luke, and you know it. Naruto retorted. Then what was it? He entered. Were you two making out again? What's it to you? Yujito asked, highly annoyed. I get it. Interrupted during that is not a good idea. I think it'd be better for me to go back into the Pokeball if you're going to do that. Luke suggested. The two Jinchuriki blinked and Naruto went into his normal form and pulled out Luke's Pokeball. Thank you for the idea, Luke. Naruto admitted. She doesn't like anyone interrupting stuff like that. Damn right I don't. The cat said, highly annoyed. Naruto held out the Pokeball and hit Luke with a red beam before returning to beast form. Now, where were we? Naruto asked before they continued where they left off. With Kakashi. Kakashi was having a good day. First, he saw a prank that caught the entire village at once. Second, he saw Guy and he didn't even challenge him. Finally, he found out from Kurenai that Guy was actually scared of someone who managed to copy his genjutsu and make it their own. What made it even better was that it was Anko Mitarashi. Naruto had mentioned her a few times. They had a sibling bond, from what he knew. It was obvious she knew how to make her own and was about ready to ask her when he had second thoughts. He knew it would be useful, but what if she used it on him? Could I take it? Should I even bother? Those were his main thoughts. Nah, let her scare the shit out of him. He didn't even bother to challenge me, even meeting my eyes didn't start a challenge. If that's not worth it, I don't know what is. He walked on, not worried about too much. Then he came upon the memorial stone. Obito, Rin, sensei. I can't be late talking to you anymore. No matter what I do, every time I come here, I'm late because I always remember every mistake I made. Not anymore. Now, I have something else to live for. Someone else to care for me and for me to care for. Obito, you gave me your Sharingan with your last breath. For that, I will always remember you as a great friend. Rin, I really wish I could have told you how I felt, but because I was so idiotic and bound to the rules, I was unable to see what it was or even care. His thoughts paused. Rin, if you're still alive somewhere, I hope you can forgive me for letting you down. I know I never will. But that is of no importance anymore. In a cave somewhere. There was a woman, beaten up and bruised. She was also asleep and near a fire with someone else. The girl's dream. It was dark. No light whatsoever. Rin. If you're still alive somewhere, I hope you can forgive me for letting you down. Kakashi. The girl, now known as Rin, asked. Kakashi, where are you? I hope you can forgive me for letting you down. What do you mean? Rin asked. I know I never will, but that is of no importance anymore. What are you talking about? I may not know whether you are truly alive, but I cannot be late anymore. I can't become a second Obito just because I have his left eye. Rin chose to stay silent at this point and hear him out because she knew he couldn't hear her. I remember when we were told Sensei's son didn't survive the ceiling. To be honest, I didn't believe it for a second. 2 years ago, my thoughts were proven true. He is alive and well and knows of his parents. He doesn't hate them for what they did and even said he'd probably do the same thing in their position. Looks like he's having a good time while I'm stuck in my mind. Rin complained. I still have no idea whether you truly survived all those years ago, but right now, I can't shut myself out. I have a Luxray to take care of and I'm not planning on disappointing him like I most likely did you and Obito. I know Sensei wouldn't be happy with who I became after Obito's death, but the time I spent with Raido, my Luxray, is only the second happiest time of my life, whether I knew it at the time or not. You were always a stick in the mud, not allowing anyone in. Rin admitted. From now on, I'll take Obito's personality, minus the tardiness unless of course I'm going for the bell test, but that's just to help out for the test. I realized that he wasn't the total fool. I was. Not only was I cold to the only one I could actually feel happy around way back when, I really wanted something else. I will make Sensei proud by helping his son if necessary. I've got a lot to make up for and I've wasted too much time wallowing in self-pity. You? Self-pity? Damn, you're more screwed up right now than I thought. I realize now that even though you're on the memorial stone marked as Kia, that you can come back to us should you truly be alive. From now on, all my battles, with or without the Sharingan, are dedicated to you. You have always been there for me, even when I was an idiot. If there's one person I could ever count on, it was you. I was just too stupid to notice. Oh, I wish I could ask you a question. I really need to know if you. I love you, Rin. I always have and always will. Never mind, Rin murmured. Heh. Talking to a stone, and somehow I think you can actually hear what I'm saying. But if you can, and you're alive. Please. Come back. Show them the kick-ass girl, no, the kick-ass Kunoichi that took shit from no one. Not even the cold bastard I was back then. I may not deserve you right now, and believe me, I would understand if you didn't want to see me again, but the only two reasons I'm actually not pitying myself are because of Raito, my Luxray, and Naruto, who only goes by his mother's surname. I seriously have to get out of here. Naruto needs a family. Rin said. Until we meet again, Rin. Whether here. Or in the afterlife. They finished off simultaneously. Kakashi, I will make it back. If I have to tear apart my own mind just to get out of here, I will. Naruto seriously needs someone to count on. You and I would do just fine for that. It was at that point a light appeared in front of her. Well, I'll be. She walked through and opened her eyes, only to find herself in a cave lit with a fire. About time you woke up. The man nearby said. Who are you? The man was silent for a bit. I am known by several names. For now call me Genbu. Turtle. Is this guy crazy? No, I am not. Is he? No. I don't read minds. Genbu told her, which she was skeptical about. May not seem likely, but it's true. I can't read minds. Only auras, which is similar to a combination of empathy and telepathy, though only one way. The strength of it relies in your ability to interpret it. I am able to tell a thought through an aura, but not through the mind itself. Therefore, I do not read minds. I get it. Not completely, but you understand enough. Genbu said, earning a twitched eyebrow. Don't get annoyed or angry, that I can tell. Unless the confusion is for something else, then you were still confused about the aura sense. Rin just blinked a few times. She nodded. This was when he asked a question she wasn't sure she should answer. Who's Kakashi? Rin, to her credit, was shocked. You talk in your sleep, and I was wondering. It's a name, I know, and you said it highly often. I can only imagine it being someone close to you. Someone. I have to get back to. Rin finished for him. I was stuck in my mind, and his voice reached me. I found my way out after he was done. And I know where he is, too. Or where he should be. I see. Rest up. We are headed for Fire Country tomorrow. Where exactly are we? Genbu smiled. A place known to you as Whirlpool Island, just south of the Uzushiogaka ruins. She smiled. Then I know exactly where to go from here. Not quite. Something happened while you were out of it for the past 3 years. I have only recently found out why. This island is now pocket dimension. 3 others were here a few days back. One with silver hair, one with golden blonde, and one with platinum blonde. 2 of them were Jinchuriki. Naruto, Kakashi, but who's the other one? I take it you recognize at least one of them. 2 of them. Silver and golden blonde. Silver hair is Kakashi. No doubt. Golden blonde, that's likely my sensei's son. The last one I have no clue. Rin admitted. Good thing I can tell when you're lying. I have found the exit they used. I am not sure how long has passed in their time frame, but it has been 3 days since they left here. Rin nodded. Chapter complete. What if Naruto was born in the Pokemon world? End here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.